You're lucky.
Hours of pumpkin and eye dancing. We did away with that. Why are there Christmas trees? When a pumpkin has more moves than I do. Something says, hell yeah! Who's here? Once we're done with our jazzy, snazzy intro. It's the most fun you're going to have a Halloween. That's it.
Hello! Happy Halloween time! Woo! All right, guys, so this is a live, and it is a public live. It is for both my Patreon members as well as public, because we're doing all those signings from the Ronald McDonald House Charity that we had 3 months ago, where we raised over $6,000 thanks to your generous donations and signings. Woo-hoo! Lady Kelly is in the house. My wife is my assistant tonight, which will be reading off some of the comments, questions, etc. I am here to answer all your questions, that is to say ones I, well, can, since this is public. So don't even think about asking questions that I can't ask.
No secrets.
No secrets, no giveaways, no reveals. Tonight is going to be signing and then doodling. We're going to be doodling on the Fantasy Art Series 1 art card set. There was only 30 in the set. No, 27, right? 27 cards in the set. And we
had no idea!
Something like that. It's very small. Anyways, there was only 100 of them made, and we have white backs of those. And that's what we're going to be drawing on the backup. So they're not Magic the Gathering artist proof cards. These are the artist proof cards from my fantasy art set from several years back. And needless to say, they're going to be cool little fun doodles. And she's going to be timing me with her stopwatch. And if I don't perform well in an appropriate time frame, she will taser me. That's all there is to it.
Ooh.
She's looking excited already. So anyways, welcome everybody. We've got, this is my small studio in the upstairs. This is not the big Dragon Lord garage studio where we are usually during the warmer months. Occasionally we're in during the winter time, but that's where the Dragon Lord van is. We're not there. We are in the small mini cave where it's a lot more toastier, because tonight we're going to get down to about mid-30s, so we didn't want to deal with that.
We don't want to be frozen pumpkins.
No, frozen pumpkins. As much as we love this time of year of autumn.
Autumn.
Yeah. Come on over here and show them to him. Show them. Okay. Come on close. This was a Walmart special that I doodled on, and we have actual runes, and they mean things. They really mean good things, too. Oh, yeah.
I don't know how that works, how that looks. But
let me see. Yeah, no, it looks pretty cool.
When you ask your husband for a little doodle on something, and he's an artist. Very cool. No, you can't have it. Tis mine.
All right, we're going to give you a little music for the show.
Music?
Yeah, this is, now by the way, all the music is created by my son and daughter. My daughter Destiny, Destiny Music. Destiny Beard Music is actually our website, destinybeardmusic.com. And my son Omnivoice, who is an amazing voice actor, who's, in fact, they just released a new album new song on an album with Sam Haines and Gary Bennett, which is Every Night is Halloween. It's a synthwave dance mix, wicked cool. It's got the classic vocals of, the haunting, alluring vocals of Destiny, but also my son, this is the first time for him on albums in music. He's kind of like a kind of mix between Vincent Price and himself, basically. Yeah, presenting a very chilling, haunting story in the mix of a dance mix with a very 1980s synthwave with massive guitar solos. Really cool. Check it out. I've actually shared it on my Facebook page, the Ed Beard JR one, and my Fantasy Artist page and all that stuff. That's my plug for my daughter and my son. Naturally, as a dad, you got to do that, right?
Yeah.
And as a mom, too. Tonight, we will periodically be showcasing product. Some of the new stuff that we have, and some of the stuff that you may not know about, because you're the folks that are in the public that may not follow me on my Renaissance fairs or Comic-Con circuit, and I want to make sure you guys know what kind of cool stuff we have. So that'll be intermittently, brought in between. We are not going to reveal anyone's names tonight for their personal privacy, of course. But we will be reading some of the letters that have come in, just not identifying who it's from, and certainly not talking about things that are specific enough to give that person away. Because there's a lot of wonderful comments and letters that some people have wrote along with their sending in their cards. So, let's see what else. Also, the process is going to be this. Kelly is going to break open the box. She's going to get the cards prepped. She's going to lay them here. I will then sign them here. We're going to have a close-up camera. Just so you guys can see the signing is being done. It's actually me. We're going to flip back and forth because we also don't want to reveal all the signing technique. We want to keep that, from somewhat of a distance because we have, unfortunately, those that like to.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're going to be. But you're going to know it's me and you're going to see me signing. Also, once we're done with that, and, we do 4 or 5 card batches, whatever that is, then we're going to go into the artwork, and I'll bring out the card, and then you're going to go in close, and you're going to get to see me doodle, and that's when the timer goes on. Now, this is not my typical, by any means, this is going to be my typical, very elaborate, fully rendered drawings. These are super fast. I've done them a couple of times for my Patreon members, and we've done them as premium giveaways. We do have a giveaway up to 3 times a month on my Patreon channel, which is patreon.com/artist Ed Beard Jr. That is Ed Beard JR. So you can find me there. You can join as little as $5 a month, and you will get eligible to win some of these cool prizes. Now, we give away prints and T-shirts and all kinds of different, actually blankets, throw blankets, wild stuff. A lot of art prints, a lot of rare proofs and things like that, like not card proofs, although that has happened, but mainly like art print proofs, things that are literally super ultra rare. There's only one of them. Sometimes prototypes that we didn't go into manufacturing. So it's really cool stuff. Aside from listening to 300 hours worth of artwork that we're hand doing, I'm going to lower that because that's cranking right now.
It's just that's just
escalating
right up on us.
Yeah, I'm already intense enough. You don't need that extra. You don't need that extra. My wife can verify that. Yes. Anyway,
the babes.
All right, stop it.
What?
Anyways, but yeah, so we do a lot of stuff as far as giveaways, and these cards that I'm going to do tonight will be put aside and will be randomly given away to our members at a later date. So, needless to say, if you do want to potentially win one of these, you got to join my Patreon, so go check it out. Kelly, you can also put the link up for the Patreon.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
I will. I'm working
at some point, you'll see it.
I'll work on it.
And it'll come out, when you see them in the chat on YouTube, it'll be under, what is it, my name? Is it artist? What is it listed as?
I'm finding that.
She'll figure it out. But you'll know it's me, and because no one else is allowed to put a link up, so it's only me. Let's see what else. Well, we've got Pumpernickel, one of our mascots, and we have Lord Reginald, the dubious frog. Or Toad, I should say, Lord Reginald, yes. These guys have been traveling with us. They go to our Ren fairs, and they are adorned, and they are literally worshipped. We have gifts from people for these. So I figured at least let me introduce you to that. We do all kinds of crazy stuff here because we are the Weird Beards, after all. So
yeah.
Let's see, what else? We'll be periodically answering questions. Kelly will read whatever comes in, and we'll certainly answer it to the best of our ability. Right now, I am in between coming back from the Ohio Ren Fair because the Michigan Renaissance Festival ended. Ohio Renaissance Festival still has 2 more weekends. Not one.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 more. And but I'm staying home until I leave for SEMA. We're getting ready right now for SEMA for all you automotive guys that follow and gals that follow me, my airbrush career for automotive customizing, I will be leaving for SEMA. We have the Orange Crate, the K-R-A-T-E, the Orange Crate van, 1974 Dodge Maxi van, the pirate theme, and oranges from St. Augustine, Florida. So it's really cool. It's got over 80-something hidden objects in it. I've forgotten, it's been a while. But it's got a cipher on it. You have to find the hidden objects to figure out what the map on the back, which is the map of Florida from 1761. So I had to actually consult a topographer for that. I mean, this van is insane. There's so much detail and content in this vehicle's airbrush murals. So this is going to be a feature. It's a feature for Boss Hog torque converters, ACC Performance. They are our hosts. They have featured it. It's going to be in the platinum lot for all you guys that are going to SEMA, which is the Las Vegas Convention Center. It's November, starting, it's not technically November 1st, 2nd. It's actually starts Tuesday, which is whatever it is, November 4th. So we will be there, but we're also, coincidentally, because I happen to be at SEMA, riding Friday, I think it's Friday night, so I will be there, loading in the van early in the morning on Saturday, and then I will be heading over to the MGM Grand for SorceryCon. Yes, guys, SorceryCon. Very excited to talk about sorcery, or as we do say it in New England, sorcery. Sorcery. Yeah, this is it, guys. If you haven't heard about it, for all you MTG players, you want to see a kick-ass game that is all 100% hand-painted? I didn't plan that. It just happens. I mean, what the hell? Anyways, yeah, sorcerytcg.com. That's where you want to go. Sorcerytcg.com. Anyways, this guy, I gotta say, when I was contacted, I've been out of the gaming illustration industry since 2005, right?
All the Magic players right now are crying. We know.
That's very kind, but I was like, it's gone so big corp, it's so branded and so digital. I'm like, no, I'm hand painted all the way. So this guy calls me, and Eric Olofsson, who is the owner, and he from New Zealand, and he's first he emailed me and they said, I'd love to have a conversation with you. I've produced this game. We did it in Kickstarter. We launched it. It's been extremely successful, and everything I will ever do is always hand painted art. I'm like, okay, I have to talk to this guy, because who does this? And in a day and age that not only have we been digital for 30 years or 25 years, but now we're AI, and everything's getting eliminated. So I'm like, oh, I have to look into this. So I talked with Eric, and I was blown away. And then, of course, his collaboration, wanting to do something that I had already worked on, that was a creation of my own, and then how do we merge that and make an adaptation to his game, a set exclusively my own work, a mini set. I was like, this is kick butt. Gotta do it. So we're going to show you some of the art from the Sorcery Dragon Lord mini set that will be coming out. Yeah, just the stuff that's already been revealed. And that is going to be, then of course, this set's coming out in the first quarter. That's what its projected date is, the first quarter of next year. And they are going to start doing little reveals here and there, but nothing as of this moment. But what we were allowed to reveal last year, we're going to show you again for all those folks that hasn't really been in tune with the Sorcery TCG crowd. It's a great game mechanic to it. It plays based on elements, which is kind of aligning with my storyline that I wrote back in 2005. Called the Dragon Lord. So it's been an awesome project to work on. I'm so proud and happy to be a part of the, literally, probably, and for sure, there has been no other product that has been in the game industry that is 100% hand-painted for decades. And to be a part of this one, it was kind of like, to me, I thought, this will be the last time in my lifetime I see this. So I figured, why don't we do it? So I'm excited to talk about that. I will be in person at SorceryCon, and we'll be doing little fun things that might give a little more insight to things. So, but that's at that event. That's coming up. I think it's like November. Saturday is what? November 2nd? Is it? I think it's November 2nd. Yeah. So
many questions, so little time.
But there you go, guys. So that's my rundown. So let's take some questions, and then I'm going to start while we're answering the questions. I'm going to get into signing right away, so we can get this show on the road, because we got a ton of cards to sign. Holy moly! It was a great outpouring of support. A lot of people say, Ed, why don't you sign in the mail anymore? Blah 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 blah. I said, well, I signed for 20 years in the mail, and I got tired of babysitting that nightmare. Just not worth it. And no, it's not worth it. Not only not worth the time away from the work that I have to do to keep things going on my business end, because I have two businesses. I'm running automotive customizing as well as fantasy art and the Renaissance fairs and all that. I just didn't have the time, and I don't have the time to sit down and spend 4, 5, 6 hours. I'm on the road 11 months of the year, so that's why we don't sign in the mail anymore. I've never charged for my signature. It's always free signatures, and all I ever ask is support. If you buy a print or you buy a playmat, you get up to 4 cards signed for free at my stores, but that's only in person. I don't do it through the mail, and I don't ship internationally because so many things have always been lost, so it's just not worth it. And it's really truly is a nightmare. So when I offered to do this, and I've only done this one other time, which was for another charity about, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. And that was with Mountain Magic. Those guys are great. And it actually raised a lot of money from that. I think it was something around $3,500 to $4,000. But this one went over $6 grand. This was fantastic. And this was presented to Ronald McDonald House of Syracuse, New York. So that's, I think it's middle New York is the region. But we actually presented the check in person at the Syracuse Nationals, which is the largest automotive custom car show in the entire East Coast Mid-Atlantic. So, I mean, we're talking like 15, 20,000 cars. It's just shy of what SEMA is putting on in Las Vegas. So we were so happy, and they were extremely excited. To tell you, after the woman who promotes and produces that Ronald McDonald House and what they're doing there, I never realized how many different things they do. And it's always, it's not the company. It's the individual people who are making this thing happen. It's the people who have compassion and empathy and love for so many difficult situations. We have everything from people, as I was explained, children who have died, families who need help financially recovering from medical bills, people who have had devastating events that have happened and they have nowhere to live, and not because of their own hand, and then they're given some shelter for a while, abuse cases, and God knows, on and on and on and on. But tremendous opportunities to get people out of these horrible situations they're in and bringing them up and helping them out. And that's where the money went. And so I had no idea how amazing a benefit the Ronald McDonald House was. And then I posted it, and then I started seeing comments from people who are collectors of mine who either directly were benefiting from the Ronald McDonald House in their area for similar reasons, they got hit with a fire or a flood or something. It was just amazing. Way better than any result of any help I've ever seen from any of the larger organizations, So I was just so impressed with that. So there you go.
There you go.
All right.
Get to work.
All right, get to work.
Give
me some cards.
I'm going to give you some cards.
All right, I'm going to move this just a little bit because I think we're a little too close. This is good. This was good for the art, but not for the signing. Yeah, let me move this.
It's going to be further away.
Yeah.
Only I can forge your signature.
There you go. That works. So you can switch back and forth, Kel, as you wish.
Why as I wish?
Yeah, from close to distant. That way it's not boring. You don't just have to look at me signing all the time. All right, so.
Watching you might be boring, too.
Yeah.
All right. So while he is unwrapping, I'll just give you a quick this person sends a letter, says, thanks again for signing these for me. Really cool of you to be doing something like this to raise funds for charity. This person plays with a large global group. Sounds pretty cool, pretty fun. Lots of different ages. And he's very happy about this. This is very good.
And I will say,
thank you.
You guys really wrap these to take a tank.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these things are wrapped super secure. Bravo on that. All right, so we have a massive stack. This is the reason why we raised so much money.
Hold on, we're going to do a close-up.
This is the reason why we've raised so much money.
Guys, there's the 12.
Look at that monster of collection of cards. Holy moly.
Cow.
Yeah. Huh? Jeez.
How many is that?
That looks like about 50 or 60. I don't know. Anyways, let me go ahead and start the signing process.
All right. We got all kinds of peeps on here. Are we not saying anybody's name then?
Well, we can. Anybody that tunes in on the chat, they are welcome to mention the name. Yeah, sure. Because they, it's public. This is a public broadcast, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, we have the CJ and the whole clan.
This is our family away from home here. That's our Michigan family. Volunteers that help us at the Michigan Ren Fair. They are the salespeople extraordinaire. Can you see that Kelly?
I can see. I can tell it's a plow under. I can't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this is a plow under.
Couldn't read any of the text or anything.
Yeah, so now everything as we have agreed is signed with Sharpie. That way there's no sticking to the back of cards or anything else. Sharpie is how that was in the terms of the agreement.
Should count Dracula on Sesame Street? One magic card.
Oh my god, that can be a nightmare.
Yeah, probably not. Not with that stack.
No.
Let's see. We also have David from our Patreon.
Mr. Naramore.
Mr. Naramore.
Excellent.
We have Dean Pearson.
Dean the Sentinel.
Our Sentinel.
One of our Patreon members.
We have someone called the Crimson Kokiri.
The Crimson Kokiri.
If I pronounced that right.
Well, please feel free. Please feel free to identify how we know you.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just part of the charity.
Yeah.
A lot of fallen empires here. Talk about old school. This is 1995. You realize, guys, this is 29 years ago?
No, shush.
Oh, I'm sorry, but it is.
We don't say that because that also ages us.
29 years ago.
We also have the Ryan Shevlin.
Ryan, baby!
Ryan, baby.
Ryan is one of my Patreon members and a vanner. Building a heck. He's got an awesome vehicle. He just dropped a 454. Or actually, it's not a 454. He's honed it out so it's a lot bigger cubic inches now. I forget what you said it was. That's the Holy Diver. It's got a van, tribute to Devo, right? No, not Devo. Who's the name? I'm ashamed of myself.
See, as soon as you
come on, I got way too much going on.
As soon as
not
you say,
Devo.
what is it? I don't know.
Holy Diver is the song, or maybe it's
Ryan's
the album.
gonna have to tell us.
What the frig? How could I have forgotten
Ryan.
that? I'm tripping up, dude.
Tripping.
Either way, the drummer, I believe it was the drummer, Ryan, am I correct? The drummer signed the dash, and he made a big deal, like he goes, yeah, this is going to be our new product line. That was hilarious. But and that just happened not long ago. Dio, is it Dio?
I don't know.
I think it's Dio.
There's Ryan. Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah, I knew it. I'm not that much of a slouch. Holy moly, that was embarrassing. I did.
Wait, since I didn't know, does that mean I'm a slouch? Wow.
Well, you have a different interest in rock music.
You began violence today. Okay, then we also have Tim Dark Novocaine.
The Hammer Man.
Hammer Man.
He is also a Patreon member. You guys, I'll tell you what, I don't know how many people are not Patreon members who are watching this right now, but you need to be a Patreon member.
Yeah.
Not only do you get a chance to win cool original art and prints and products and all that stuff, prototypes, etc., but you get to see me paint and draw literally hundreds of hours. Ask any of these guys that are on right now that are my regular Patreon members. They'll tell you. Outside of when I'm on the road for these two shows, Michigan and Ohio, during September and October, the rest of the year, it's hundreds of hours of hand painting. And that's everything from canvases to automotive, and you get early access to see stuff. You're on NDA, you do have a non-disclosure agreement, but you get to see me working on things that nobody else does.
Yeah.
It is not released to the public.
We have somebody named Nate Smith who is...
Oh yeah, Nate. He's one of our...
he's pretty excited. Heck yeah, gonna get my Elder Dragon signed. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Here we
Yep, Nate is one of our contributing donators to
Very
the
cool.
Ronald McDonald House Charity here.
Very, very cool. Nora, the welder, is in
Nora Gill is in the house, guys. This is an amazing 11-year-old young lady who is just amazingly talented in automotive. She welds, puts torque converters together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
amazing.
shiny.
And she will be at... Yes, it is shiny. See, look. Look at that.
Ooh, shiny.
Croesus's Catacombs. Old school shine. Old school shine. Look at this. Psychoton.
Oh, basketball with teeth.
Here's Johnny. That is literally... Oh, it's Japanese or Chinese? Japanese looks like. Yeah, this is... And that's exactly what I was thinking when I was doing this card. I was thinking...
Basketball with teeth.
Basketball with teeth, because that's what I was told. I was like, just do a basketball with teeth based on a ATOG. Oh, all right. And then I'm like, ooh, I could make him look like he's coming through the wall. Like, here's Johnny. You know, on the Shining. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, there's mine.
It is. My wife owns that original.
I do.
Multanis
Back off, little
Aqualite.
MTG people. You can't have it.
Oh, I'm way too high. You got to tell me if I'm not in the... I don't...
No, you are.
Okay, I am, because I don't think I was, but...
Yeah, you are.
All right.
We see you. Let me go through. Somebody did have a question. Where are we? There's so much chat. Oh, David says, how often have you received Wyvern-backed Fallen Empire cards to sign? I have never ever signed Wyvern Fallen Empire backed cards. Why? Did you find those? Did you find something that someone was saying that I had signed them? It's like, excuse me? Now we're all like, hello? He wouldn't have asked that question unless he saw it. Whoopsie. I am concerned at why you are inquiring. Much concern. Now, I remember back early on when that first came out, that screw up, it was somebody from War Games West that came up. They had possession of them, and they showed me them in a binder. He's all excited now. Now he wants to find one. Now you're gonna have everybody trying to find one. You gotta cause violence. Do you really? Do you really, Dave? Really? We also have. Let's see. Where else are we? Oh, Ryan did reply about the dashboard being signed. Yeah. Vinny. I don't know. Appice. Appice. Vinny Appice. Appice. The drummer for Dio and Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath Dio years signed my dashboard. That's incredible. You got the most badass van that exists, period. Yep. Well, almost the most badass. It hasn't been muraled yet by me. Yeah, no. Once that happens, then it will be. Uber badass. I think there's somebody else here. I'm trying to find the names again. That's going to be a future episode for PowerTube TV, which, by the way, guys, I don't know if you know, I have been working, because I'm having to learn how to use editing software for television production. I have been requested to do a 22-episode show on PowerTube TV of my own. You know, so we're that's why we're filming and doing all these automotive airbrush things, because that's all content for the show once it comes out. It's a fully free service, streaming service online. It's called PowerTube TV. I've already done their sweepstakes giveaway, which was a helmet for none other than Dennis Anderson of Gravedigger, the monster truck. So that was done, only it wasn't for Gravedigger specifically. It was for King Sling, which is his other vehicle. I'm going to switch out. I think I just burnt through that Sharpie. Boy, that didn't take long. Yeah, that didn't take long at all. Oh, Nate asked a question that so many people ask when because he's talking about the Elder Dragon, said, why didn't you paint the Victus in Asmati too? I feel like such a broken record because I've said this so many times. Wait, where is Pandora's box? And I will do this. I will do it, because what the hell? That's what I'm here for, right? That's what we're here for, right? Here comes Pandora's box. Go for it. All right. So, let me just take you from the beginning. All right. 1992. I'm at Gen Con as a comic book guest artist. Wizards of the Coast is a nobody company. They come up to me. They've just done a role-playing book. They want to have artists do this little postage stamp of art on a magic card that they're calling, at that time, it's just a card. And they're willing to pay $50, and that's it, plus 10 shares in the company. Oh, I'm thinking, not at this time. I'm so sick and tired of, working for free or nothing. And shares in what? A company that has no value at the time. So I did a conservative guess and said, nah, I think I'll pass. Big mistake, but that's my luck. That's why I don't gamble and I don't invest in anything other than myself. So the next year, and by the way, I'm putting the cards together because we're finished with this particular set for this customer. So, so the next year, I come back, 1993, you see magic is everywhere, the company turns into a 5-fortune company, blah, blah, blah. At that point, Jesper, I think it was Jesper, comes over to me and says, hey, we've done very well, would you reconsider? And I said, yes. So I said, okay, well, what's the next step? And they said, well, give me your contact, give me all your contact info, and we'll let you know when we're going to sign. So about a month and a half later or less, I get a notice that we're going to be receiving a fax, and the fax is going to come in. And of course, in those days, we were using thermal paper, which is a big roll of paper. It just keeps rolling out as the fax comes in.
And so the fax started rolling in that day. And all it is, literally, was lists of names or kind of generic titles for what they wanted with, like, just literally a base, like a 2-word description, but their name. And it was just in an order. And then there was notes, like things were crossed off. And it basically says, and I got a message, and it said, hey, Ed, you take the next 10 in the row, in line. So I said, so I can see where these are crossed off, so I'll take the next 10. Well, the next 10 was that one shy of Vivictus Martyrs. It didn't identify, oh, these are all Elder Dragons. It was just in a row. I still have that fax to this day. It's faded to nothing, but I still have it. So the point is that it was no rhyme or reason to how that was done. It was literally a giant list, and I mean, we're talking hundreds, over 300. Names are on the way more. I think it was like more like 500 to 600. Bottom line is, it wasn't just for Legends. It was for a whole bunch of sets that were being done in '93. So I was commissioned that early on. The set obviously didn't come out till '94. But the point is, there was no rhyme and reason. It was literally a roll of names and hundreds of them. And basically what he would do is I'm guessing anyways, because my fax began only a certain amount, maybe 50. You could see 40 or 50 assignments before me. And then you'd see the 10, of mine. So I have no other answer to you other than there was no rhyme or reason for it. It just happened to be the way the luck of the draw, the way the numbers fell. I was to take 10, and then that's where it ended.
He just says, wow. He's like, wow.
Yeah, things were done really off the cuff back in those early days. And honestly, I loved it that way because there was tremendous creative freedom.
I'm going to switch.
So it was great.
Okay.
All right, so guys, we're taking a moment, switch to the big camera.
Switched.
Completed with the first. That was a big one. That was a lot of cards.
That was a good one.
That was a lot of cards.
We just started off with a big bang.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. We're going to put this right back in there. Then we're going to wrap this. So you see, guys, there's no way to mix these cards up with somebody else's because we're doing it one at a time.
Exactly.
And she's babysitting me. That's how it works.
Oh, great.
Got this put away. Look. In the return box that came with the package provided by the customer. Closed. I will switch off. That is complete. This is next. Okay. All right. Ooh, I got some Elder Dragons here. All right. This one's coming all the way from Portland, Oregon.
Woo! All right. Also, whoever gives us peanuts. Ah!
What?
The packaging peanuts.
Oh, the peanuts.
Everywhere.
Don't give us packaging peanuts.
Everywhere.
That's mean. Okay.
All right.
Look at this. This is a really unique packaging.
Yes.
This is I'm not seeing this kind of wow. All right, guys. You didn't have to make it so it was like Fort Knox.
We don't have gremlins running around the house.
Holy moly.
Things. Do you need this thing?
This is unbelievable. I'm gonna need I need a blade. Because they taped it with such heavy duty tape, it's not going to come off unless I cut it.
These are their babies. They're getting them signed.
All right, there.
It's incredible.
Okay.
Momentous occasion.
There it is. All
there
right.
we go.
All right.
Shall we close up?
Switch up.
David says, we have faith in you, Kelly. Great. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Now these are Chronicles. These were the Elder Dragon reprints.
Oh, the
white
borders.
borders.
Gotta say it like that.
The
white
borders. That was our Chromium. This is our Katie Sabbath, the Astronomer.
Babies.
And then we've got a foil.
Ooh, shiny.
Slivers. Which was called Death Sliver, by the way, when I got the assignment. Then changed to Crypt Sliver. But on my assignment sheet it says Death Sliver. There's some inside info for you. 30 years later or whatever.
Shiny.
All right, that was a quick one.
That was a quick one. Brian Hoag's here.
Brian! Glad you made it through the storm that trashed most of Florida. The second one. I know the first one was further north than you, but geez. Glad to hear you made it through and you got your power back.
Brian says worse than packing peanuts is packing glitter. Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, I would say.
No, anybody glitter bombs me, they're done. I'm eating your cards. You're going to see me literally eat your cards.
Okay, we're putting it back in here. Folding it over.
Oh, we'll have to fix this.
There you go.
Peanuts that is.
Going back in the envelope that was presented for return shipping. Note, we are peeling this, sealing it, and it's ready to go. There you
Okay,
go.
wait. We gotta do scene. Show the handoff.
The handoff has been made. Okay.
Done. Oh, it's sealed and everything.
All right. Let me take a moment to grab a delicious glass of. Oh, by the way, what I always tell my Patreon members who are watching me as I'm painting and all that is take a break every now and then and make sure you have your delicious milk along with chocolate chip cookies. You gotta have them. Prefer, of course, homemade. I'm unfortunately out of homemade, so we're going for the store bought. But whatever it is, you gotta have your goodies. Whether it's Reese's peanut butter cups, dark chocolate Milky Ways, Raisinets. If you have your Raisinets, you gotta have Barry White, by the way, playing because that's that rule. That's my rule.
Wow.
Yeah.
I gain weight just from him talking about what he does, what he eats during these streams.
All right. Let me have my cookie. I need the energy, guys. I can't keep signing. That was at least, what was it, 10 minutes? 10 minutes worth of signing? I'm exhausted already.
Oh. Well, maybe 10 minutes of signing, but you've talked for a half hour.
Well, that's a good ratio. All right. Ooh, these are some real deals.
Close up.
These are real deals.
Nice.
I see Elder Dragons from Legends right on the top.
Oh boy. Peanut Man, if you're watching right now.
I see the peanuts.
This and peanuts.
I'm giving you this to do whatever you do.
Oh yeah, we'll fix that up.
Okay.
All right. Shall we go close up?
Oh, man. Oh, now this is actually cool. So these are individually packed. I'm going to keep them in their individual packs. There's several of them in this individual pack. So we're going to keep them in that pack. But I'm interested in this next pack, and I'll show you in just a minute. All right. Am I in the shot?
You are. You're far, far away, which is how we wanted it.
Ooh, APAC. Korean APAC. That's the Korean forest. That was an Asian Pacific land cards that were given out only at tournament. Couldn't get these in packs. You can't buy them. They came in red, blue, gold, and clear, I think. They were the only land cards I ever did. And they're so unbelievably rare and difficult to get.
Land.
Yeah, and there were no proofs made. So if you guys ever see anything out there that has a proof of an APAC of mine, it's a fake.
It's not true.
It is a lie.
Call the fake cops.
Okay, so that takes care of that. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so those are Asian Pacific land Korean forest, along with one Elder Dragon upon the top of Nicole Bolas, otherwise known as Taco Bolas.
Taco Bolus.
Yeah, baby. Look at those.
Yes, did we tell anybody about that?
Oh, yeah, guys, if you go into my shops or even order online, you will receive a limited edition print of the Nicol Bolas in a variety of different special surnames. We have everything from Nikki Bolasio, we have Nikki He's So Fine, we have Taco Bolas, we have Bolas the OG, we have Nikolai Bolasio. We have come up with so many different variant names. People are actually trying to collect different versions of the certificates.
Yes.
All right, so let me go ahead and switch.
Put that in its...
Yeah, that's been now put back. I'm putting this aside. This is the pack I wanted to show you. This is kind of cool. That is a portrait. There it is. That is a portrait of Darwin Castle.
Darwin signed it.
Yeah, and Darwin signed it. It's
Nice.
He was a tournament champion at the time, and Wizards of the Coast had this deal. They got to have their portrait done, and of course Wizards knew that was my specialty is portrait work. So boom, that's how that happened. So I will go ahead and sign in my box area here.
Nice.
So that's a dual signed card. That's really cool.
Tim says, speaking of Korea, Ed, Allura is on a trip to Korea and Japan right now with her uncle.
Holy moly! She's in Japan with her uncle.
Korea.
Oh, Korea. Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, she's doing it. Excellent.
I was in Japan in Nagoya in 2000. God, I think it was 3. And I was at the Grand Prix, the Nagoya Grand Prix. That, of course, we went and visited the Emperor's Palace and the whole bit. It was really cool. It was one of the rare times I got to travel overseas as a Magic the Gathering artist guest. Back in the day, I went to Berlin for the World Pro Tour, and we went to Amsterdam for a Grand Prix, actually. That was the 3 times. All right, so let me go ahead and pull these together. So this will go in the next pack. And we'll have one more pack, and then this customer is completed. Oh, there's the Multani's Acolyte. You know what's really amazing to me, Kelly, is no one ever brought me these cards when I was at shows and stuff. I never, ever saw the Multani's Acolyte.
Too true.
And yet, here they are. And I mean, all I can say is I think it was because the playability of the card just wasn't there when the set came out. But no one ever comes to me with Multani Acolyte. And now tonight, we've seen them like, we're kind of 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. I don't know.
It's
It's weird. I like it. You know, one of the things that always is disappointing to me is that some of my greatest work, my best work, the pieces that were most complex, the ones I loved, wound up always on a non-playing card or a very limited playing card. And then the ones that became most popular, for the most part, they were meeting the requirement, but they didn't have anywhere near the details and the workmanship that went into those that wound up on non-playing cards. Just happened to be that way. Yeah, I mean, look at Psychotog. That thing was played to death, and it's just a little cartoon of a basketball with teeth. Birds of Paradise is a beautiful Audubon-looking, bird flowing through the top of a canopy, but that's pretty much what it is. That's it. Yet it's like this amazing card because of the mechanics, So, unfortunately, this happened to me throughout the 120-something cards I did, and that's counting in Unglued and some of the stuff that never got published. But it was kind of funny how that just seemed to be the trend for me. I had, out of 10 cards in a set, I'd have 2 really super playing cards, and then the rest were like no one even knew what they were. But then years and years would go by, and then I would be told, no, man, this card, yeah, it came back. How did it come back 15 years later? Well, because they've done something in the game mechanic to allow that card to be really killer. And so all of a sudden you get a rebirth 20 years later that a card, So that was kind of cool. All right, so we have completed the final of the 3 packs in this customer order. It's the final pack now. Okay. So we have these 3. I'm going to put them in the master pack. And look at all these peanuts. It looks like, they want us to stick the label on it. That's fine.
I can do that.
Meaning using the same box and just, that makes total sense. All right, so.
I will repack it over here while you're...
Yep. But there it is. We've got the label. There's the box. It's all going back together. Oh, no! A peanut escape! A peanut escape!
Why, I'm telling you.
Peanut escape.
That's why. I'm saying. Nobody better glitter bomb.
All right. One more, and then we're going to do some art.
Okay. So let me give you this part. Oh, and I'll read that. There you go.
Okay.
You're just going to be careful with names. They don't
These 2 go together?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you take that.
All right.
And
okay.
That collector says, thanks so much for signing. I hope you're able to raise a bunch of money for Ronald McDonald House and close his prepaid return label and priority mailer. Says, P.S. Psychotog is awesome. I didn't send any because I already have some signed. Cool.
Very good.
You must have seen him somewhere.
Excellent. All right.
All right.
Okay. So this is a pretty good stack of cards. This will be our last one before I go ahead and do some timed artwork where you will be there with the swagger stick to make sure she becomes the fascist.
Oh, wait. Where's my swagger stick? Man,
you think I'm foolish enough to leave it? Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. What is this? We don't want this because it's connected to a ruler. We do not want this near her. You're not touching this. I'm just letting you know right now. I'm taking this out of the room.
Man, he knows how to take the fun out of everything.
Taking this out of the room right now.
This takes the fun out of absolutely everything.
That is out of the room.
We'd probably get, like, banned on YouTube if we had violence.
Well, yeah, violence.
Okay.
All right, so let me get back to this. And, all right.
Okay.
So once again,
this
is taped to death. Give me this. Yes, this is all lovely. Oh my God. All right. Let's see if that worked. Yes. We have a little piece of paper there. Yeah, it's just to keep the plastic off the top of the card. That last one doesn't want to let go. And the last one is a bird's. There we go. Okay.
All right.
Switch it to the close-up.
Close-up. Ah, yes. Dean says, "Where's Destiny's axe?" You're right.
Oh, yes. That's probably at the fair. So what do we have? The Birds of Paradise.
Go looking for it.
All right.
The bop.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to split
We have a bop playmat.
We do, and we're going to show that when we take the next break.
So many peanuts. Okay, packing. So nice, packing all these peanuts again. Somebody asked something somewhere along the way. Brian, I remember Ed and I discussing what cards he made. Would he see remade as chess pieces? As I wanted to make a Fiddleworth versus Magic Foil chess set.
Wow.
I don't think I know half of that.
That's a lot of work.
Reference land that I don't understand. That's okay. All right. Closing that all back up. Putting his label back on.
You always tell when people's fingerprints have been on cards because the marker doesn't want to work.
Oh, uh-oh.
Yeah, it's killing my
Get
markers
them.
because the oil's on people's hands.
Them fingers off the
Yeah.
pads.
No problem. We'll work it out. We got a bigger, thicker marker to work on then.
I'm going to have to use a marker.
I was prepared for all of it. Even now, you can see, look at that. The oils have taken that down. Jeez. Yeah. We'll get through it.
We can do this. We can rebuild it. We have the technology.
That's our reference land
Reference land.
for all us old bastards.
Wait a minute!
Oh, shit. What did I say?
Oh. Violence shall ensue.
Ah, yes. Shakatag.
Zap. Oh, sure. He gets tasered.
Oh, yeah. He's getting tasered. Yeah, so literally, guys, for the last 90 days or so, I have been nonstop on the road between our summer shows, which are the automotive, and then hitting August 17th on, we're at the Renaissance Fair. So, yeah, it was pretty crazy. It's been nonstop. So I haven't been home to be able to sign any cards. I know a lot of you guys were contacting me and going, hey, just checking in. Well, yeah. Not going to happen until I get back. And this is literally the first time I've been back for any length of time. And I'm just trying to get this done in between having to be back on the road again. So for me, I'm looking at probably once a year doing this kind of a promotion for charity. It'll probably be the only time I'm going to be able to do any kind of signings that are not in person at events. And, you know, it's all about raising money. That's the other thing. You know, when I stopped signing back 13, 14 years ago, since that time, because I only appear at Michigan, Ohio, and Tennessee Renaissance fairs, and one show a year usually at Pittsburgh, so that's a total of 4 shows, I'm not available for signing cards. So as a result, the last 13 years, my signature has become very rare. And I didn't sign up. I signed a decent amount for those 20 years prior, but not like every day. So because it was tough to get my signature, the price of my signature went up in value. And my thought on that was, hey, this is a perfect opportunity to keep my value on my signature high so that it can raise money for charity. And so that's what I did this for. So, you know, people will say to me, then why don't you just, you know, sign cards for money? I'm like, well, because then that takes away from the potential for high-value signature auctions or charity fundraisers. In this case, this particular one, we got well over $15 a card with the total. When you look at the total amount that we raised, it was over $15 a card for a signature. I'm not going to be able to do that in any other way. So thanks to the charity and the limited amount of cards that I signed, it worked out fantastic for the charities. And it also continues to maintain my signature cards being high-value collectibles. So it works. Everybody's in a win-win situation. You can go ahead and switch.
Switch.
All right, so now we're going to put these together.
Put them together.
Once again, all the music you're hearing in the background is our daughter Destiny. She is a pianist and vocalist.
She's in the back here with like her orchestra right behind me. You just can't see her.
And all of these cards are being placed on an Ultra Pro Birds of Paradise Indica Bolus playmat, so you guys know they're being well taken care of.
Yeah.
Okay. Set this back into this. So we go back to the original cushioning. That will then in turn go into that. And then that goes into the priority mail there. Okay. And you go ahead and put that label on that. And that's all for now. We'll take a moment. All right. So, let me take a bite of cookie.
Bite of that cookie.
That wasn't a bite. I just put the whole thing in my mouth. There you go. All right. Now gets into this quick sketch.
Yeah, I have no taser. I have nothing. No axe. I was not well prepared.
You think I'm foolish enough to give you any weapon while I'm under the gun with the... Come on. Alright. Now we're going to do this with a variety of markers, guys. So this is going to be fine tip pens and markers and some... Basically all markers. So there's no sketching. This is like, go for it. You make a mistake, you make a happy accident. That's it. Very limited time. But I'm going to show you what this card is. Go ahead and switch to the close-up.
Close-up and whatever.
So, here we have the Art of Ed Beer Jr. Series 1, card number 5, and it's a whiteback proof. This is what's going to be drawn on. You wouldn't have seen this if you're in the gaming industry, because this is strictly art cards. Back in the day, collectible art cards. Anyways, the Wolf and the Dragon. This is known as Moon Song. So, anywho, I'm going to draw on the back of this.
All right. As soon as you tell me, I'm going to hit.
I know, I got to get the card set up, and we have to also adjust the camera, so hang on a minute.
All right.
This is going to be my zone.
Zone. Can be in the zone.
Auto zone.
Wait, what? All right, I'm going to go to scene while you
Go to scene.
finagle that so that they don't get
Dizzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody mentioned make wizards that play reality, wizard and dragon playing chess. Well, we tried.
Yeah, we tried.
And the lamos wouldn't do it.
Yep.
So they have a very large chess set at the Ohio Renaissance Fair. And we put it out there for everybody. We're like, hey, somebody, be the
reenact
dragon,
it.
Somebody be the wizard, play the chess, reenact the print image that we have, take pictures, be social media, famous and everything. No one did it. And a lot of those people really like taking pictures.
Yeah, what happened to all the so-called cosplayers that were so excited about it?
So, boo.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead and put it on close up and see if that looks good.
Oh, yeah.
That right in there?
That's right in.
All right, cool. All right, let me get my pens ready.
You ready?
Give me the countdown, 3, 2, 1, all that stuff. Let me just, I need a piece of paper. Or
That is a copy of a sketch.
that is not it either.
In the art studio, the one thing we cannot find.
No paper.
Paper.
Well, because I've got all good paper and I don't want to use the good
Plain.
stuff. Wait a minute, what's this? Same stuff, okay. Wow, this will be have to use it. Alright. You can take it off close up.
Okay. Back to scene.
Yeah, because I'm still working here, getting this stuff organized. We got that, we got this.
I got my timer.
Okay. Let's see what this is. Okay. That's a fine tip. Same thing. And that's a little bit thicker. I'll pass on using that for now. All right, what do we got here? Okay, same thing. And what do we got with this? That's the little thick stuff. And then we got, perfect, all right. That's that one. What's this one? That's about the same thing. A little bit lighter. Okay.
All right. Feel free to heckle him.
Just, there we go. All righty. The question is now, we have to do a wolf-like dragon. So,
Okay.
because that's what we have. The card is Moonsong, so we got to do the wolf-type dragon.
Shall I go to... you tell me when to go to close-up.
All right, go to close-up.
All right. We're on close-up.
Is that good? Can you see?
Yes.
All right.
See perfectly.
I'm probably going to hit this with my head,
All right. Wait.
head about 10 times.
Wait. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Tick-tock. Yes. David's always out of paper when he goes to print in his printer. Same. Paper or ink, David. It's just the way it goes. I don't think I've ever actually timed him before. I wonder if he's feeling the pressure. If I am correct, I think Moonsong is somebody's favorite who's in the chat. Just saying, think somebody's favorite. How does one get this card?
Got to join the Patreon.
Yep, you got to join the Patreon.
And you may potentially win it. That's the only way you can win this. That's the only way you can get these kind of cards.
We do have giveaways.
3 times a month.
Yep, 3 times
up to
a month.
3 times a month.
These will be offered along the way. So
Yeah.
you're just going to be tuned in.
Yep, hundreds of hours of live demonstrations.
Yep, that's the only way to get it.
I mean, it's $5 a month. You could get you can't even buy a coffee for that half a time a month.
No, not if you're going to Starbucks. You can't. Oops. Can I say that? Oh, well, too bad. I already did. Yep, $5 a month gets you into the Patreon, gets you into the giveaways. There's all kinds of rules and fun stuff, so you just got to read it on the Patreon so that you're aware.
Did you share the link?
I did share the link. I can share it again.
Good.
I will do that. I gotta find it now. There's so many links open, it's not even funny. Here's the Patreon link. What bang? Join the Patreon. There's so much fun stuff that actually happens too.
Well, you can ask the people that are on here right now in the chat. They'll tell you.
We got a lot of them. We got quite a few. We're fun. We have a lot of shenanigans that happen.
All right, let's get some shadowing going on.
Oh, get some shadowing going on. How we doing? How we doing time-wise? Go, 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 go. Whenever I watch him do this, I always feel like those kids that, you know, someone comes to the school and they start doing drawings and they're like, try to figure out what this is gonna be, and they go through the whole thing. That's what it feels like. Well, that's nice. Yeah, David says, you know, being on the Patreon for him makes having that print or the original that he watches you do all the more special, because you got to actually see it being created.
Yeah, and you know, the other thing I do, in fact, I just got through doing, was one of the pieces we did. There's always something that I need input on. So I ask my audience, all right, guys, we've got, you know, 50 different objects in the background. What should we hide? Where should we hide it? What color should we make it? And I allow my audience to dictate so much of the creative process in that. So, you know, you really are heavily involved and a part of and invested in the projects that I'm working on. So it's kind of cool when you can say, hey, look, I not only watched it being done, but I had a say, a contribution in the production of that by poll, you know, by voting. They, you know, I asked the audience, what do you think? And so you're a focus group in a way.
Trying to be fair and not bring up stuff that would make Ed want to chit-chat, because we all know from watching him on the Patreon, sometimes when the chit-chat happens, the hand stops. So that would be unfair.
The hand does not stop when I chit-chat. What are you talking about?
Sometimes, depending on the detail of conversation.
That's pretty rare, because, I mean, you know, I love chatting and blah, 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 and as I go. All right, let's sign this and call it a day.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait, the signature's part of the timing, so I'm not stopping.
Yeah, it is. Done.
Done?
Yeah, call it done.
Holy cow! Last minute cheating.
What?
Last minute cheating!
It was officially done. This is the
Cheating!
unofficial done.
That's cheating! I'm gonna hit the resume button. That's it.
All right, there you go.
All right,
So,
everybody,
we
what'd you
pull
think?
this back.
Anybody else hit the timer?
It's like 5 minutes. I think it's like 5 or 6 minutes.
Ooh. What does everybody think? What does everybody
Was I
think?
6 minutes?
It was 5 minutes, 6 seconds, and 58.
Who knows the amount of time it takes for him to draw a picture? I do. All right, here we go.
5 minutes.
Let's see if I can get that to... Yeah, there you go. Now you're not getting the glare. There you go, guys. So we have a wolf dragon.
Freaking hell.
Just like there.
Marinara Moore came on just in time to see you cheating.
That was the extra 6 seconds, all right? Yeah, this
Literally.
is... Oh, it went back to manual. I lost my... hold on a second. That's why it's flashing out. Yeah. Yeah, it went...
Want to go scene?
Yeah, go scene.
Scene.
Now go back.
Now go back.
I think that's a little better. What do you think? A little flashed out?
I liked it wherever it was before.
All right, hang on. Switch back to big.
Scene.
Yeah, this thing's changing.
Right there. 5 minutes and 6 seconds. I don't know if you can see that, but it's for pretending.
Yeah, it's having a hard time seeing this.
It was fine the whole time drawing.
It's because it's so much wider.
Yeah.
I think that's better. Go ahead and switch.
Close up. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think that's more like what it actually is.
So cool.
All right, well, anyways, there's the first one. That will be a
Doom.
gift away for some lucky Patreon winner, but you can't win if you're not a Patreon member. So get on over to my Patreon, join, and have some fun. And between this and prints and posters and all kinds of cool stuff like these that I just gave you a sneak peek of. Yeah, and even these. Yeah, you could win that too. All right, switch to the big screen.
See?
Let's get back to signing.
All right.
I'm going to move this back up.
They said, nice, they like it. I have a link somewhere here. That does the... No.
Stick this in here in a protected, secure case. So who is going to win
since we've been talking all about the play mats, and you can see that.
I was denied a sneeze, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Someone's going to get it.
Interesting.
Don't know who, but somebody's going to get it.
I'm going to try and do this link. Did I not get the whole thing? No, I got it. Wait.
Now, before I get back to signing, let me just showcase some product.
Okay,
Some
I
cool
just
stuff.
gave a link to the play mats because you were talking.
Oh, well, then let's talk about those play mats. Yeah. All right, so guys, Ultra Pro.
Ultra.
You got it. Birds of Paradise. I'm the only one in the world that is licensed allowed to sell it because I'm paying a licensing fee to use my own artwork from Wizards of the Coast. So no one else while I'm paying for it. And I have been on contract with them for like 8 years, I think now. So that's it. You want the ultimate Birds of Paradise 7th and 8th edition, you got to go through me. Go to my website. And my wife has just posted the link.
I just put the
So there's Birds and the Bolas.
Dat Bolus dough.
That's another one of the certificate names. Dat Bolus
Bolus
Doe.
dough.
Or Bolus the OG. But yeah, there's the Nikolai Bolasio. And of course we have a graveyard area which I have done many illustrations in. You can also commission that as extra.
I think we just sold all the ones we had at the fair.
Yeah, the ones,
Since we
well, we
started
sold
at
all the ones I've done artwork on,
Yep.
yeah.
Since we started at the fair, I think there's been like 6 or 7 play mats that had all original art.
Those are all the $650
sketches.
ones.
Yeah,
too.
original sketches right in that graveyard area, and
All right.
they are all sold.
So, there's that. And also, we have, this is the art book that was my first 25 years of illustration work. This is up
book.
to...
You gotta say right.
Okay, fine. It's the art book.
It's
This
the
art
art
book has up until 2005, so this is the first 25 years. It's got a lot of cool stuff in it. And it shows a lot of different types of fantasy work that I did for the calendars and the games, puzzles, but also, if you go to the back, you get all your sketches, preliminaries, and your magic art. So, autographed books, those are only $20, I believe. You know, so those are available online.
Cheap. Good stuff cheap.
Don't you say that.
Cheap.
She just compared me with good stuff cheap. Ollie's. Come on. All right.
Okay.
But that's not all. Wait.
But wait.
There's... Go ahead. Say it.
Oh, no! See ya! You sold from me, I sold from you, and now no one's saying.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I work for this company, guys, that licenses my art, and they do really cool stuff with it, like fly flags. These guys. Black light reactive. Mind-blowing. That's actually what's up over there.
Mind-blowing.
But you put a black light on this, it doesn't just not certain colors. Everything lights up and goes crazy here. They got the oranges, the purples in it. It's wicked cool. It's a full size of a door, you know, so you can put it on the back of your doors. You throw a $10 black light up there, you know, the bars. Oh my God, this thing just screams. Wicked cool. So this is also on our website under the flags, right? So banners and flags, I think it's the link.
Yeah, I'm putting
Right.
it up.
So, a lot of times people don't realize I do a ton of products illustration for novelty and stuff. And this is a company called Scorpio Posters, Black Ball Productions. They do all like the Spencer Gifts and the Hot Topics and stuff. Well, there you go. So, check it out because it's wicked cool. I can't show you the black light in here because it just wouldn't work with the camera. Anywho, in addition to that, I also have just a few left. I don't have a lot. I know, Ryan, I think you've got some of these. These are actual flags, and they were made in the USA. They're actually made in Oregon. Yeah, check this out, guys. Mobile Mystic, custom van hot rod that is going to take your soul. And you obviously have to have the great Mystic. So, Zoltar. Anyways, it's a real flag. It's got the flagpole hole in it, you know, the tag. It's got the little white, where is it? Yeah, there's these guys here that you put the connections on, you know, when you're putting on the flagpole. So also wicked cool if you put them in the windows because it actually looks like stained glass. So if you're into automotive and you want hot rod and some fantasy, I've got you covered with a ton of this stuff. There's another one I'll show you before we get back to signing. This is one of my favorites, and this is basically getting back to the 70s, man. We're talking serious. He's gone vanning, but this is the Sasquatch. Yeah, you got Bigfoot. So Bigfoot's got he's got his classics. He's got his, if you look over there, you'll see the Frisbee, the lava lamp, the CB holder, the pet rocks flying out. It's got everything that made the Hot Rod 70s what it was, man. So yeah, he's chilling out and he's going to go out and have a good time. So I have a ton of automotive van art. And So that's for now. We'll get back to small products in a little bit.
Okay.
But that takes care of flags
Yep.
and playmats. All right.
All right.
Let's get to the next signer.
Our next one.
Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, I got some foilies in this one.
Ooh, more shiny.
Yeah. It's going to be a... There we go. They really do pack them secure.
Oh, yeah. These guys need to work for, like, Tiffany's or something.
Wow, that's pretty. All
All
right.
right, want to go close up? We got to go up higher.
I am up high. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I think you're good. Yeah, we're good.
You're a little lower than you had been.
I think we're pretty good. But take a look at this, guys. The
Oh, man.
the Psychotog foilies.
A shiny basketball with teeth. Shiny boy. The other thing is, too, we always offer provenance.
Provenance.
When you autograph stuff.
You do? Well, here is the provenance. So every single card that I've autographed, everyone that's submitted or sent in cards for the Ronald McDonald House Charity can go to this link. This is going to stay up on YouTube. I'm not shutting it down. And they will always be able to go in and look and say, hey, this is the guy signing the cards. That's why I wanted to do this video. Well, this live, because I wanted to save it and as recorded, so that you guys have documentation that the Ronald McDonald House Charity signing was legitimately signed by me. There's no fakes. Oh, there's a classic. That's a real deal. Oh, yes. Okay, let me tell you the story. Hold on a second. You got to tell the story on this one. The Life Death card is a foil, which is cool. So, the Life was done by Anthony Waters, and I did the Death card, the Crypt. So what I do whenever I get it and it hasn't been signed by Anthony, and we've been doing this back and forth since the card came out, which I think was, 2001? I sign it and go, hi, Ant, and then I sign it. And when he gets it, gets it first and he sends it to me, it says, hi, Ed. So we've been back and forth talking to each other. I've never met him, actually. But all these years. So it's pretty wild.
I'm also gonna just say something to these guys, the people with the cards. I say now, if you did not put enough postage,
that's on
you're
you.
Gonna want to watch for this.
That's
what
on
should
you.
happen, because there's somebody that's concerned they didn't have enough postage.
Nothing we can do.
So what will happen is it will be delivered to you.
Well, actually, I don't know that for sure.
It should be delivered to them, and the postal person will probably give them a slip or something that will say there's additional postage due. So, okay. We'll have to go see. So, guys, as I'm opening these and looking at some of them, I saw someone made a comment how to package it. They're not sure they had enough postage, but
if you didn't,
that's on
you
you gotta
guys.
Make sure you do that.
That was part of the terms and conditions.
You
We're not
make sure
responsible. Once these things leave our hands and go to the post office, that's on you. If you didn't put enough postage on it. I mean, you had all the options, all of the instruction you could possibly have to make sure. And this is talking to anyone and everyone.
Yeah, this isn't
one
somebody that
person.
just messaged me about something else.
You needed to have gone to the post office with your cards, given them the return envelope or packaging, and say, please weigh that and price it so I know there's enough. If you didn't do that, then...
So hopefully what they should do...
Basically, you're taking a chance that what could happen is they could get it, or it could wind up going to one of our post offices on the way out, and they're going to weigh it, and they're going to go, I'm sorry, there's not enough. I may wind up going to the post office, and they will literally say right then and there, I'm sorry, this is probably not going to make it. And I'm going to go, it's not my problem.
Yeah.
I'm not putting postage on it, guys, and I'm not waiting for you to send me postage. I told everybody to make sure it was correct.
Yeah.
So I will tell them, though, if they tell me there's not enough postage, I'm going to say, make sure then you send it
Yeah.
and have it postage. What is it? Postage due.
Yeah, like
send it postage due. I'm not paying for it.
Right, and CJ.
If I had to do that for the hundreds of packages, I mean, it would be ridiculous. That's another reason why I stopped signing through the mail, is because so many people didn't have the right postage. I wound up having to pay out of pocket or wait for them to send it in. I don't have that time, guys.
Now, CJ did say that what in her experience, they've left a note and they will tell you
Postage
you need
due.
to pay the extra postage. So
Yeah.
we'll put these in the envelopes as instructed, but you know that's.
Yeah.
But again,
I can't do it for. I can't do
Isn't
it
the
for.
guy that just left a message?
I
That's
can't-
not you.
no,
That's
it's-
totally
it's-
separate.
that-
This
this is
just
happening.
something I just found. When I
Also,
opened
it's
one.
happening to a lot of people. A lot of people.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, that's because they didn't do the work. They should have just gone to the post office and waited. But I told them from the beginning. That's why I knew to do that in my terms and conditions. I said, I'm not responsible for it to get to me, and I'm not responsible for it to get to you. I do my job when I sign these and put them back in the envelope. When I'm at the post office, just so you know, guys, we will be there, and I will be presenting each package, and I will be literally photographing every package on the counter. That will be this is my evidence that I have dropped it off. And you will be all notified when that happens. I'll be posting it on my Facebook and social media. Hey guys, here it is. It's delivered. It's in the hands of the post office, and it's up to them and up to you if you had enough postage on it. That's the best I can say.
Yeah.
All right, so let me put this back together.
So, then we have a comment from Bino.
Who?
B-E-N-O.
Bino!
Saying, loving the show. I'm too far away to go to the events you attend, but I enjoy the convo. So he must be.
Thank you.
Are you a Patreon? Is that what you're saying? Just check it.
Yeah, because if you're not a Patreon, man, join my Patreon. That way you can hang out with us all the time and be eligible to win the artwork and the prints and the products and everything I'm showing you guys today. All right, so this is good.
Okay. No, Tim, don't challenge people. We know you will travel everywhere like a crazy man. Tim's like, now wait, how far is too far? Well, now,
Tim, not everybody can be the warrior that you are. So.
Not everybody would go to Antarctica just for an event, so, you know.
All right.
Not saying that you would.
And this is good to go. It has been sealed. You guys all saw that.
Sealed. Okay, so...
So we have no other cards on the table. Everything has been done correctly.
So I'm going to have you sign these, and then I will place them in their separate envelopes according to instructions. There's 2 separate envelopes here, so...
What do you mean 2 separate envelopes? They want me to divide it up evenly?
Yeah, I'll divide it up as he has...
Oh, he's got instructions on which cards go where?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta keep it simple. Simple.
It's only 4 cards, right? Well, it looks like it's only 4 cards.
3 and 1.
No, there's multiple cards in it.
5?
Okay, so I'm going to do this one at a time.
Okay.
Because there's multiple cards, and he has them specifically being sent to... I see it, yeah, okay. They're going to the same address, but for some reason they decided to do 2 different envelopes. Okay. Well, let's get signing.
All right.
Switch over.
I have switched.
We have a Korean forest.
Seen a lot of those babies.
Well, it's a little easier to get this. Oh, New Zealand swamp. You don't see that often. I'll show you guys a close-up of that.
What was the Mount Fuji? Wasn't that
Mount Fuji was also an APAC. Very hard to find that one. That one's that's the most expensive one in the whole deck. I will be... Oh, he's got one. I'm just looking at it now.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's got one.
Nice.
There it is. The Mount Fuji.
Mount Fuji.
All right.
Very cool.
Yeah, he's got this thing double sleeved. All right. Yeah, I don't see this very often. Okay, I'm gonna wait for that to dry a little bit. And, ooh, another one. This is Island Hong Kong of the Apex. He's got this in a real tight one. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Island Hong Kong.
Oh my gosh.
They lost that painting on me,
Yeah,
by
I
the
was
way.
going to say, I've never even...
No,
Yeah.
that painting never got back to me.
There you go.
Again, all the music is our daughter Destiny. She's the musician. Destiny Beard Music. DESTINI. Music. DestinyBeardMusic.com. Ah, yes, my Ball of Energy. Another one. Very playable card, evidently, from what I've been told. And very boring. Just a ball of energy. And you don't even get to see the cool stuff, which is all the landscape down here. It's like a much bigger painting all the way around. They decided to zoom in and cut all that cool landscape stuff and all the marina. There was a beautiful marina there and everything. You see it in the print, though. I do have the print.
Right now, somebody's like, you just called my favorite card boring.
Well, it's boring for the way they've got it, because they cropped everything off. I mean, they zoomed in on the painting. Yeah. All right, so that takes care of everything there. Let me go ahead and start. You can go ahead and go to the big camera here.
All right.
We're going to start putting these back in their envelopes.
So the suggestion is 2 in one envelope, 3 in the other. So that...
Who said that?
The person that sent them.
Oh, the person that sent them. Okay.
Because they were concerned about the postage, which is why I gave my lecture about postage. Not sure. It couldn't be in it, but... Doodles.
This is you.
Oh,
it should have been 1 return envelope, not 2. But you know what? You guys did it. We'll do the best we can.
Yep.
You know, I'll do my best to hopefully make this work.
Ian's here. Hi, Ian.
Ian.
Tim says, not sure if Ed still does the Florida con.
No, we don't do Florida anymore.
Nope, but oops.
And at this point, the Florida, it's destroyed. Jesus, it's terrible.
Yeah, unfortunately, David was saying he has someone that he knows that lost a restaurant in his, I think, sister's boyfriend's. Something
wow.
Like that. That was so far up there. But yeah, there is a connection there. Someone knows somebody. Yeah, sister lives on one of the islands in Tampa.
So I don't know why this person said
boyfriend.
2 and 3. There's only 4. That makes no sense.
It says
there's four packages. One of the packages have 2 cards.
3 cards in one envelope and 2 cards in another envelope.
He's got 4 packs.
So we'll do 2.
That makes no sense. No. And that's a ridiculous instruction. It needed to be all in one shot.
Yeah.
So either way, these 2 here, they're exactly the same.
Yeah.
I'm not responsible that he's deciding to break this up. I mean, no. There's 2 cards. Here's 2 cards in this pack, 1 card in that pack, and then these 2 are just singles. But if I do that, I guess I can do that. He wants me to put. This is the package that has 1. This is the sleeve that has 2. These are 1 card each. But he's got a double sleeve on this, so the weight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's about the same if I just do this. So I don't know why. Anywho, we'll do it as he requested. For what reason, I have no clue. Why would you send 2 envelopes for 4 cards? Just send it 1. But hey, we got it. All you've done here is increase your risk of losing it. I'm sorry, but that's, we're doing what you want. There it is. They're going to be sealed. They're going to be taped. I'm going to have to wait on taping these. Yeah. So we'll tape these, and we'll tape it with just Scotch tape because you can't. Your adhesive is gone. So this envelope is like literally no good. So we'll tape it as lightweight as we can. But yeah. All right. So there you go.
All right.
And we've got the click and chip. All right. So this is a little black return envelope, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. That works. Please sign them very large and thick. The bigger, the better. Well, guy, you're gonna get them signed the way the Sharpie works. That's all I can tell you. I mean, I don't have like a giant fat El Marco over here.
El Marco. What? El Marco.
I will sign it as bold as I can make it. Don't worry. All right. I love it.
That's
All right, so we
hilarious.
have this is a foreign language. I think it's Japanese.
All right.
Let's take a look at the. Oh, guys, look at this.
Go close up.
We've got Raven Familiar
nice.
in a foily, but look at this: a foil Ashnod coupon and a regular Ashnod coupon. These two are killer cards. Whoever sent these knew what they were doing because these are super rare, incredibly difficult to get. I've signed so few of them in my life, maybe 3. Then, of course, another great one. Oh my God. I sold out of the artist proofs on this, and the last one I sold was, I think it was $599 for the card, for the AP card of this, because this is, again, super card. Awesome card, history of Kamigawa, Reiki. And then lastly, a Birds of Paradise. This is a great handle right here. This is a great hand. This is some of the most rare cards. All right, let's make them sign. Sign them in bold. We're going to sign them bold. I'll use the edge of the Sharpie to make it real bold.
Bold, big ol' bold.
Bolus is bold.
I don't see any people other than just 1 or 2 that I didn't know. To know if these folks are...
You know what it is? I got to tell you, I posted this like 4 times, this event. And I posted the links in the comments, and then I posted it the next day in the actual description because I was concerned that the algorithm, because as soon as Facebook sees a YouTube link, they don't show it to anybody. But I gotta say, I still didn't get any outreach. The image I used did have text in the image. You know, it was a lot of pictures of me signing cards and blah, blah, blah. And then it said in lettering, you know, charity signing. So I gotta tell you, I think it's that darn algorithm, that scan that Facebook has. It checks out the images, and if it sees any text in it, it kills the outreach because it figures it's a solicitation. This wasn't. It was just a live signing event, but yeah. So, such is life. We didn't just try to do the best. I also text messaged and messengered a ton of people to make sure that, you know, anybody that sent me stuff, the ones that had communicated, I've sent them notices about tonight. So pretty much everybody had been notified. So either way.
Oh, let me go back to close up. Go ahead.
These have been signed.
Those are so cool.
We're all set. Yeah, I love these two.
Everybody wants that Reiki Kamigawa thing.
All right, let's get them back in.
Go back to scene.
Yeah.
Fancy travel.
Welcome to Beard Tours, where you yourself can go onto a nice, relaxing tropical island
with little umbrella drinks. So the Crimson Cookery, again, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, says I only saw it because I got the private message from your Facebook account. So
and you're on Facebook.
So,
yeah, they just killed my algorithm reach on that. Yeah, it's everyone we've talked to, all the fellow artists and businesses at the Red Fair. They're saying the same thing. They're like, all of a sudden in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, algorithm has been cut down. Like no one's getting outreach unless you're buying advertising. That's it. So they're putting a hammer down on any
hammer down.
Not the hammer clan
not the
down.
hammer
No,
clan
that's a different story. All right.
All right.
Here it is.
There it is.
There's the envelope.
Going back in.
Going into the envelope. There you have it. And we're going to seal it. There we go. Sealed. That is complete.
Complete.
One more.
One more.
One more team.
One more team.
And then we shall resume another drawing on the back of a card. All right. Let's see what we got here. Ooh.
Super duper taped.
It's been taped onto cardboard. I like that. That's good.
Smart.
Yep. We're going to pull that back. Okay. Oh, that's quite... Oh, what do we got here, man? I was not expecting this. This is impressive. All right, I got to get this tape off there. Wow, this tape doesn't want to go.
David was out walking the dog when the funky song came on. He's like, I missed funky time.
Okay.
Something he's quite excited about.
Yeah. Holy moly. All right, switch to the
Ready?
close-up.
Here we go.
All right, so this pack, we have a Zurin Spellcaster,
I love him.
otherwise known as Timmy. Then you have the Pike Knight. Now we're looking at Ice Age here, guys. Another Ice Age.
Nice.
Wings of Astia. And of course the
Another
Psychotog. Then we have the classic Legend Chromium. Then we have Arcades Sebeth. We have Palladium Moors.
I'm seeing the bowl.
But wait! There's more! We've got Tolkien Lord of the Rings cards!
Oh, God!
Holy moly, we never see these.
No!
Yep, Paths of the Dead.
Oh, my
The
gosh!
Magic Ring of Courage. The Lion. Kindling of the Spirit.
Yes!
Druadan Forest.
Yes!
The Fell Beast. And then, yes,
Eye of
the
Sauron.
Eye of Sauron. Dragon's Desolation.
Nice.
Smaug.
Smaug.
Then we have Wizard's Laughter.
Yes.
The Wizard's Fire.
Yes.
The Palantir of Osgiliath, or Osgoliath, depending on how you wish to pronounce it.
Yes.
We have Earth of
Thank you very
Galadriel's
much, Mike.
Orchard.
Mine.
The other, Roses of the Druadan Forest.
Yes.
And finally, Baragon. He's got them all.
That is incredible.
He's got all. That's so cool. So cool.
Huzzah.
All right, guys. I mean, when I tell you I have not signed a Lord of the Rings cards in 20 years.
In total, I think we could count on 2 hands. How many you've signed, maybe?
That's incredible. All right.
That's awesome. Awesome. Wait, and speaking of those, I'll have to put a Leaky Poo up because we sell those art prints. Very limited edition. Where are they? I'm looking. Can I find him before he's done signing? That's the true question. Where are they? There we go. Tolkien. Oh! He needs to also see some of the other art that's there. Okay, I'm going to take a clicky doodle of that. Copy. Someone says, nice set, I want the eye. Well, you can have it.
I know,
It
the
belongs
eye.
to this person. I have just put up a link to our Tolkien prints.
And now on to signing the Lord of the Rings, or the, well, actually includes everything, Tolkien pieces.
They're awesome. I remember when those commissions came out, I had actually never read the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I obviously had known The Hobbit, but I never read the other books. And so we got the books because basically the art direction was just, here's the scene, we need something from this scene. I mean, they were just like, whatever. They wanted cinematography on the card. And when I was reading them, Ed would keep coming in and he'd be like, okay, so what are we looking at? What is it all about? And I'm like, what? He's like, this one piece. I'm like, oh, I'm on chapter 4. And he's like, no. I'm not supposed to be reading the books from the beginning to the end. I just need this one section. I'm like, yeah, I'll get there. I was so enthralled in the stories. Loved them. Loved it. And then I thought seeing the movie, and then I finally saw the movies, and I love them too.
Now, this is long before the movies came out. Like 13 years before. Wasn't it? No. It was 7 or 8 years before the first movie came out. And I had to sit on these prints all that time. Had to wait for the movies to be finished, which I think the last one wasn't, The Hobbit didn't, the last one, The Hobbit, what was that? 2008, 9, something like that?
My God,
13?
I don't know, because it felt like just yesterday, so.
Yeah, I know.
All right, I am obviously not in the know of this reference land. David says, we used to call Zurin Spellcaster Icy Timmy.
Yeah, Icy Timmy. Yep.
What is this whole Timmy thing?
That I don't know the details on. I just know it was called Timmy.
Okay.
Maybe somebody can answer that. Where did the original Timmy come from?
Yeah, I'm not in the know.
This is
on
the
this.
icy version. What was it all start? What did it all start with?
All right, should
All
we
right.
go to the scene?
Scene, please.
And then you're doing a drawing after this, so I have
I
to open
am
another
doing a drawing after this. Yes.
Okay.
Over 20 years since I
It's
signed the Lord of the Rings
So
cards.
fun. Thank you who sent that. So fun.
Okay.
That, of course, is my date. out when you were opening them, I'm like, something's gonna black back. I was like, magic isn't gonna black back. Okay, so Ian says, Tim the Enchanter from Monty Python. Monty Python says, there are some who call me Tim. Well, now I'm going to have to Google that, and I'm going to have to YouTube watch that.
Thank you for that reference information.
Hey, maybe for once I can have reference land that the kids won't know. Those cool kids, you know.
Yeah, I know. The only reference land I can go to that they don't understand, which is hard to do because some of the memes are all resurrecting 1970s stuff. I have to go back to the 70s because there wasn't much of any referencing for 80s. I mean, there was some, but it would be like only with the British New Wave, you know, the whole Duran Duran. Well, the biggest one, which is
Flock of hairdos.
Flock of hairdos.
But
no, not just that. Never Gonna Give You Up. Rickrolled. I mean, 87, right?
It just rickrolled us.
I rickrolled y'all!
Time for that taser.
All right. So there it is. Complete.
All sealed. Very cool. Woo! Thank you for seeing these.
All right. Now I need to bite a cookie once again to get through the next drawing.
So David gives us more information. Prodigal Sorcerer was called Timmy, based off Tim the Enchanter from Monty Python and Holy Grail. So Zern Spellcaster was from the Ice Age, hence Icy Timmy.
The ice version of it.
Yep. Neat. There we go.
Thank you. I never knew.
But yet you said it.
I knew what it was called. I didn't know why.
Story of our lives. We know, just don't know why.
All right. I'm going to need you to take some pictures.
Oh, we haven't been taking
I know we haven't.
pictures.
So I just lost all that drawing.
You're supposed to remind me to take pictures.
Here.
Okay. What am
Horizontally, taking pictures when I'm drawing.
Okay.
And then be ready when I sign again.
You know what? I'm just going to take screenshots from the video.
They'll be blurry, but you can. All right.
Okay. So now I have to timer, watch the chat, and take pictures. Wow. I don't get paid enough. Wow. That's just upscaled management.
Oh, this is a cool one.
Okay.
All right, switch to close-up.
What's up?
Here we have the Great Ack, the Forest Guardian. Proof. We are going to do a noble wizard. Yeah, he's a shapeshifter. Transforms into a tree ent.
Has the mantle of immortality from Santa.
Yeah, well, he does. He is in Rankin Bass's animated stop-motion picture, which was mostly in Europe. He is the leader of the forest elves and guardians and protectors and fae. And so he does hold the mantle of immortality, which is a stole, and he gives it to Santa to give him his and Mrs. Claus immortality. But anyways, we're going to draw a ancient Celtic wizard on the back here. Sorry, had to do it. Did you switch?
No.
Then you missed what I just did.
I missed what you did.
What? Everybody else did it. Everybody else saw it, but you didn't.
No, if there were...
It was on that music note.
Was it on the
I
close-up?
stuck my face in the camera on the close-up.
I just caught it now on the YouTube watching it afterwards because it's delayed.
Good.
Ah.
You did get to see it, right?
Now I am in the know.
Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. Let's see.
There'll be no cheating on this one.
Give me the extra 6 seconds penalty. I don't care. That's fine. All right. Let's see. This one's going to take longer because you got a beard, and anytime you have a long beard, there's a lot more details and hair and stuff.
Wait, I thought we were supposed to get shorter and shorter on it.
Oh, we're not getting shorter.
No?
Right. Ask my audience and my Patreon members. Guys, when I start off projects, like when I did that marathon of playmat drawings, did I get more complicated or less complicated as things went? They will tell you. And then Dean was in the background. Dean was always going, yeah, he's not done. He'll touch it again. You watch. He'll touch it again.
All right, wait. Countdown. You ready?
Hold on. I got to get the camera in.
Okay.
It's way too far.
Oh, wait. I got to go see so they don't get sick. And CJ said that whole put your face in the camera is a Destiny thing.
All right.
Dean says, more!
More. All right, let me think here. Okay, we gotta think about... All right, go for it.
3, 2, 1, go!
Boom.
Now I have to try to take pictures once you get started. More, Dean says, more. It's definitely a good thing. It's not break anything. Oh, this music is perfect. Should make you want to race and speed up and be nervous. Yeah, you have to draw it to the beat.
Yeah.
So David says, more complicated. We have proof. Bubbles is in a shadow box above our dresser.
Ah, yes.
Oh, he's almost like Odin looking, this guy you're making. Except for the ear. This song is giving me Stranger Things vibes. Here I am taking pictures without my glasses on though. Are those blurry? I don't know. My glasses aren't on. So cool. Yes, Dean and David, you guys are like, you need to remind me to take pictures along the way. David says we just stick with the current Patreon trope. No matter what happens, hashtag blame David. What?
All right, so that takes care of the line work.
Oh, this is kind of special, this one. This is going to be a special one.
Okay, let's get some shadowing going on here.
Okay. just funny because, like, your hand is going as fast as the people that speed up their videos. But this is not. This is live. There's no speedy 80 here. Oops. See, now I want someone to cosplay as this guy. This is your happy little wizard. Make him any way you want.
I think that works for that. We'll just finish it up.
David's giving you props on this one. He says it might be more than 5 minutes, but the last artist proof with that much detail was about 30 to 40 minutes. We said this was going to be speed run. Ramped him up on chocolate, sugar. Oh, musical dark. I want to press home to open. Just think, someone might win this.
Done.
Stop. Wow! Whoa!
Feels like about 10 minutes. 9 minutes, 8 to 9 minutes.
You're a little, you're kind of creeping me out when you do that. 9 minutes, 37 seconds.
There you go, guys. I have no watch on me, by the way. There you go. You can prove I have no watch on me. But then again, I do have 55 years worth of stuff, so. You did take a picture of me drawing this, right?
I did.
Cool.
I took a few.
All right, take a picture of the front, though.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Now, a picture this way.
Oh.
There you have it, guys. Another one.
There you be. Somebody's gonna win it.
The Great Ack. All right.
All right.
Oh, I ran out of card sleeves. Well, I guess I'll just put this in the back side of that.
Shall we go to scene?
Okay. Got this all set for signing of the cards. Let me back that off. Oh, that just went off of manual. There. Oh, it's not flash. So I lost all my settings.
Oh, no.
Yes. Find out that's not too bad. See if that brings it back. Nope, that's no good. That's no good. That's too dark. Yeah. Give me a second, guys. Oh, there we go. I brought it back. Okay. Good. All right.
Cool.
So next thing we're going to review.
The next thing
is
we're going to keep. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right. Let me show you some of the other cool collectibles, super limited, like under 100 type of these guys, and the only one in the world you can get the Zippo signed edition lighters with my artwork on it. These are the official Zippos. Can you see that?
Yep.
I'm gonna put this under the close-up.
Yeah, let's do the close-up.
Okay. We're gonna go through each one of these. These are available on the website. I have very little left. I have like 2 to 3 of these each left. So just letting you know. This is the Fire Fairy. Made in the USA, official Zippo lighters. So that's the Fire Fairy.
Fire.
The next one. Again, these are the signed edition. They'll come with a certificate. This is the Wizard's Emissary. Black gunmetal. Then we have, this is hot chrome. This is the Dragon Forged. Such a cool piece, especially on a lighter. These are also on the website, and like I said, Kelly's going to be putting up the link, by the way.
I just did.
Yep, here we have, again, signed box, the Winter Spirit.
And if you open the lighter, you behead him. It's awesome.
Yes. All right, what do we got here? The Moon Song, speaking of which. On, this is again chrome.
CJ's favorite.
The Harbinger of Fire.
Fire.
Yeah,
Fire.
fire. So there you have it, guys. There's the collection that we have available right now. And I say only right now because I don't know what's going to happen with how many they have left at the Ohio show. I think they only had like 2 or 3 of some, 5 or 6 of others. So if you're looking for a great Christmas gift that you can't get anywhere else, that would be a cool thing. And well, let me show you something else that's kind of neat. Remember I told you about the automotive industry I work in. Well, I have some automotive-based products such as tags. This is a one-shot. We did this. The company's no longer doing them anymore. These are done with 5-year 3M fade-resistant vinyl. So it's really kind of cool because it's got the laminate on it. So here we have the Mobile Mystic. So each of these plates, they are not made on blanks. These were actually custom cut. They were CNC cut out of styrene that is not that is crack resistant, and it doesn't shrink. It doesn't affect by heat and so forth. So I didn't want the regular plastic because it would crack. But yeah, so we went top shelf with these guys. Kelly, would you put the link up for these?
I did.
Okay. I'm going to the close-up so you guys can see better on close-up camera. All right, go ahead.
All right.
So here we have the Mobile Mystic.
Yep. Skeletor.
Stop it. It is the Dragon Reaper, a great and noble knight who was given who is charged with the ferrying of the most tainted evil souls over to the netherworld. He was presented by the head Reaper this cloak, and when he puts it on, his dragon in himself becomes undead. He is not Skeletor. He has a much better voice than Skeletor. Anyways, yes, the Wizard's Emissary, the sick wizard as they call it. This became an ultimate meme. I did this back 25 years ago, and it's been used in the Shadow Money Wizard Gang, this rap group or something, and it's on all the memes. So it's become multi-million-dollar platinum 25 years after I've drawn it in the pop culture world of rap. I don't have a clue. Anyways, my spirit animal. You gotta love Chubby there. Lunch with a toothpick. Then we have the trifecta of wizards. Yeah, if you're a D&D player, you gotta have this one. You know, you don't even need these on the cars. Most of the people that buy them, they put them in their garages or in their game room.
Yep. Shisha.
Gargoyle dragon. Old friends at play. The dragon, of course, is able to win, and he's asking Merlin, "Why do you even bother?" And then, Forest Guardian and the Earth Elemental. The ultimate Celtic and green man dragon. Kind of like basically a golem. The Yin Yang. The Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice.
Gosh.
Stop
I bet it starts rolling right now.
I know. Harbinger of Fire. And then we get into some automotive hot rod stuff. This is kind of like a tribute to the ZZ Top / Star Trek and Alien Invaders kind of thing. The Moon Song. The Wolf and the Dragon singing to the winter solstice. Harbinger of Fire again. I have no idea why whoa, look at this. We're repeating.
Whoa.
Here we go. I don't have many of these. I think I have 2 or 3 left of these. This is like the ultimate pirate band tribute to Jimmy Buffett. Upside down. And that's it.
Nice. David has the Harbinger of Fire.
Nice.
On the wall of his workshop above.
That's a
his
good place.
toolbox.
There you go, man. That is a good place for it.
Nice.
All right. So, let's get back to signing again.
Okay. So, this one I think you should do like an unboxing because there's surprises in here for you.
Oh,
I don't.
that's cool.
I haven't looked other than there was a note that said this is a present for you.
Okay.
Do you want to do, yeah.
Okay.
Careful not to show the name of it.
No, not
So I
that.
should be good about that.
Okay, so this is the return envelope.
Yep.
A gift. Plus unopened booster packs. What? What?
Right?
What? Okay.
This is kind of exciting.
It sure is.
Because, like, nobody ever usually sends gifts.
What the heck? Yeah, never. This is so cool. Oh my God. Holy moly. You want to talk about going back in time. Oh man. Okay, so it says gift for Ed plus unopened booster packs. There's no unopened booster packs in this. There are cards.
Yeah.
But when he says gift, are you serious? Is he giving me these cards?
I'm unsure. There's
Oh
a
my.
whole bunch of stuff there.
See,
in that
I don't
box.
know what's to be signed and what's to be returned.
So now we have to just see what else is in
All right, hang on. What the heck? Please sign cards. Okay, that's
All
definitely
right.
to be signed.
Okay.
At least I got that. So what is this?
Is that just like the packaging?
I don't know. No, this, oh my God. Oh my God. Holy moly. Are you kidding me? All right, guys, this is going back in time.
Top shelf. That is top shelf.
This is going back in time. This is 1996. Sue Van Camp and Mark Harmon put out the game called Dragon Storm.
Oh my God.
This was the first time that a card game was incorporated into a role-playing type format. Wonderful concept. They did a really good job at this game. They had a lot of us from the Magic crew that did the art for them. And, you know, they struggled to make it. And they did hold on there for quite a few years, but inevitably the dominating monstrosity crushed them, you know. But it was such a great game. But these are unopened packs. That's insane. You know, unopened packs. So that's so cool. What I did, some of the stuff that I did, has actually been provided here. So these are cards for me.
Okay.
But it's really cool. I'm going to go to the close-up.
All right.
Go ahead.
This is exciting.
So here we have the Dragon Storm. This is the Game Master First Edition. There we have the Fire Breather Dwarf. And you want to talk about some gross stuff? Look at that. The guy's got his finger cutting off and he's regrowing it. That's why it's called Regenerate. Again, Game Master First Edition. Then we have this. Again,
oh my gosh, I haven't seen that print forever.
Dragon Flight, which was also known as Dragon Pursuit. This is the Player First Edition. So you had the Game Master cards and then the Player cards. So it's just, like I said, like a D&D reference card set. So he's got a whole bunch of those cards. I mean, we did some wild and crazy psycho. I did I did over 1,000 game cards in my career during the gaming industry's heyday in the 90s. And this is just some of the ones examples. Like, look at this, Tentacles. How's that for a wacky, crazy guy? So those, once again, one of the Game Masters. These are the creatures you'd come up against. Oh, wow, look at that. The Attack of the Winged Regent. Crushing Blow.
Yep.
Yep, that's a player.
That's one of our good-selling prints from the shows.
Back in the day. Morning Flight.
Yeah.
Then here's Stun Blast. Basically, the wizard casting the spell and rejecting the ogre. And that's one of the Game Masters. That's another thing you'd come against. And look at this! Blighted Beast. Killer Rabbit. And then he sent old school Jihad.
Holy cow.
Vampire the Eternal Struggle cards. Yeah, look at this. Movement of the Mind, Bewitching Oration. This is the one that got me famous. This is the one that wound up Telepathic Misdirection. This wound up on the Pat Robertson Club. Pat Robertson actually did a whole story on how the artists and the game manufacturer at the time, Wizards of the Coast, which worked in conjunction with White Wolf. This is what was corrupting the minds of children and, basically manipulating children into seeing images that rejected Christianity, and on and on and on. He went on how dangerous it is. It's no different than what happened when D&D came out several years before, which would have been, what, like 10 years, no, more than that, 15 years before, when they made the claim that there was a bunch of kids that went into a tunnel and sacrificed a lamb. And that's what put the scare into everyone in the late 70s, early 80s about D&D. They tried to do the same thing with this, claiming that, look at the Satanism of this piece, kind of thing. It's like, it's called make-believe. It's a Nosferatu, storytelling. But anyways, in 1994, when this came out, the beginning of the internet was out. And I had just got my domain in like 93, maybe, 92, 93. So I didn't have crap for visibility until this story. And then all of a sudden, everyone and their uncle wanted to check out my website. And my website, I think we crashed the server. I had to keep moving to different servers. Yeah. So I want to thank Mr. Pat Robertson, for giving me such publicity with their ridiculous interpretation of how dangerous make-believe characters were. Anyways, Movement of the Mind. There it is again. Oh yeah, Roland Bishop, one of my favorites, with the wolf. And then we're back to a couple of Tolkien pieces. You got Paths of the Dead, Wizard's Laughter, and Dragon's Desolation.
Did that other guy have Paths of the Dead?
Yes, that was the first card on the top. But yeah, so these are cool that he's given me these cards, because I only have a couple of these left. So it's always nice to have a couple more, for my children and for them to have. And these, I'm not sure I even have all of those. So that is really cool.
Yeah, I was like, you're going to have to unbox that on the camera, because the first thing I saw...
Back in the heydays, guys.
I was like, holy cow.
Yeah, that was so nice. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate it, Michael. That's all I'll say, because it's Michael. And thank you so much for the gifts and the cards and the unopened packs, too. That's really wild. With the many cards... Which is the big one? With the many cards that were in... these sets, I think it was over 100 each or something. I don't remember exactly. I'm going to open one time just for the sake of it. I may not get one of my own cards, but I'd like to show you guys what was in it. It was such a great product.
Yeah, it really was.
So, we have an opening of a pack being done what is this? This is 96, right? Yeah, 96. So,
holy cow.
Is that 28 years ago? Yeah, it is. 28-year-old pack I'm opening for the first time here. Would be wild if I got my own card.
That'd be fun.
But I mean, I doubt it. All right. Why don't we switch to the close-up?
Alrighty.
All right, guys. So here we have Doug Chafee, Torch. Then we have one by Mark Poole, Slash, the werewolf. Then we have one by Doug Chafee again, Sling. Here we have Christina Wald, Teleport. Gargoyle, L.A. Williams. Good Moves, Brian Snoddy. Again, really high-end artists that were working with Wizards at the time. Kevin Ward, Blighted Plains. Elethy Temple Ruins, Glenn Cooley. Lubov. Oh, yeah, I remember. Oh, geez, I haven't seen her in forever. And then we have Doug Chafee again, a fire breather. Stone Healing Terrace. This is Debbie Hughes. Doug Chafee. Unicorns Blasting. That's fun. L.A. Williams. Aniska Spellward. This is Greg Glimpf. And last, Ron Spencer. So that's really cool. But this is how cool this card set was. You know, it really amazing. And all of this artwork that I'm looking at here, I'm pretty sure is all hand painted. And you have to go back to 1994, 95, 96 to get anything like that. Except for Sorcery, the new product. So, and again, a shout out to sorcerytcg.com. 100% hand painted. Like we're going back to these days.
Yeah. I mean, look at the different styles.
Yeah, I know it.
And
all the different techniques.
Palettes. It's just
look at that. L.A. Williams is very uniquely different than anything else. Here we have a very comic book style. And then we have a more classical painted style, watercolor style, oil style, illustrative. Again, illustrative. But look at that.
That's so cool.
And then, again, more animated, or not animated, but somewhat animated. All so different. What's what makes the variety and diversity of styles and techniques is what makes a card game so much fun. Anywho, there you go. That's so cool. Good. I'm glad I didn't get any of my own cards. I would be sick of seeing my own cards. This is so cool. I'm going to keep these packs for the kids. They can open them up.
You have someone, yeah, it's Dominic Kucher.
Oh, yeah.
He says, careful, Ed, cracking packs can be addicting. One does not just simply open a single pack.
Ah, but I did. I am defying you all. You're all going to go through withdrawals. Oh, my God, did you see what he did? He really, literally opened a single pack. See, this is why I don't gamble, guys. I don't have it in me.
He says the OG fantasy art was always the best.
Oh, yes. All right,
and,
so.
also Diane's on as well.
Oh, my sister Diane.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
My sister Diane just had a birthday, October 12th. Well, she technically, what's the date today? What's it, 16th?
14th?
Yeah, 14th, yeah, 2 days ago. All righty. We're not going to talk about how old my sister is, because then that reflects on how old I am, and I'm not talking about it.
Oh, no, we're not.
No, we're not.
No.
She's extremely young.
Yes.
That's it, right there.
Baby.
Alrighty. So this is a nice deck of cards, guys.
All right.
We got some nice cards here. Take a look at this. We're going to be signing these bad boys. Yeah, this was Kamigawa. This was a great set. And again, the Reiki. This is a full foil. Real nice. This is old school, back in the day, 1994. Ooh, Dwarven Driller. Rarely ever see that. 2002. Hey, we've got some more of the Vampire, the Eternal Struggle stuff, the Jihad. Look at that, Vampire. Oh, that is so cool, Jihad. So Ego the Hungry. Roland Bishop, Lazarus. And then we have our old school Filja from Ice Age. No one ever sends me that. This is amazing that this actually is in this deck. And then we have Battle of the Wits. First time Battle of Wits we've seen that tonight. Sulfur Vent. Oh, what the heck is this? Hold on. It's a World Championship in 2002. Sydney, Australia. Look at that.
Holy cow.
I don't think I've ever signed it. Then we have Dross Crocodile. One of my son owns that original. He will never get it from him. Then, of course, we have Stinkweed Imp. We have Arcady Sabbath. And look at this. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's a different version, Kel. Look.
Oh, Whoa, that's neat.
That's the map version of the Duradin Forest. And then we've got Dragon's Desolation, we've got Eye of Sauron. And then somebody actually sent...
Oh!
Well, somebody is Mike. But look, yep, treat poison. Now, this was not in the prior... There's a lot of these, actually, that hasn't... Like this one here. Mind Over Magic. We've seen these. Oh, we didn't see that one.
Oh, that guy.
Wizard's Wings.
That's fun.
Oh, and Bravery Misplaced. Card number 1, guys.
That's where that baby came from. Bravery Misplaced. He's that
Yes.
on. Throw blankets.
Bravery Misplaced, which, and that's a very dark reproduction of it, unfortunately. But, yeah, that thing wound up, well,
He's got
look.
everything.
This is what it actually looks like.
Yes.
So, that was the art book cover. All right. They wanted the night look.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and
Right.
sign up some cards.
Yeah, somebody was like, those are some shiny cards.
Yes, they had a UV on both sides.
Yep. Oh, Ian had to go. Bye.
Have a good night, Ian.
Oh, Dominic says he has a good portion of all of those cards in a folder he has. And he says it's the Ed collection, right next to his signed art book.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, I have to say, I didn't expect something like that. That's so cool. So cool.
That's a real person, by the way. Young lad that had come over to my studio. Was taking some airbrush classes briefly with me. Wound up going into the military. Served many tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. And he's a writer, actually. Went on to be a writer. Battle of Wits. Can't believe this.
Now David's saying,
I'm fair.
so many hard to find cards tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if a wyvern showed up.
That would be a first. The reason I never signed those cards that the guy came over to me with in the binder is because they're illegitimate cards to begin with. They should never have been available to the public. So I wasn't going to authorize or sign it. That'd be, as far as I'm concerned, an endorsement. Because we never got paid for any royalties on those cards, and they should have been trashed, but they weren't.
Nate says, I almost sent Galactic Empires.
Holy
That
moly!
would have been cool.
Holy moly!
That would have been cool.
One of the, like I said, I did well over 1,000 cards in the game industry, and I rarely ever see most of them. All right, let's get the second batch. This is so nice of Mike. I really appreciate that he sends all the different varieties of cards. Yeah, that's great. I know once the Dragon Lord mini set comes out, I'll have a complete rebirth in the gaming industry. I mean, literally, will be a whole new wave, a new collector, a new audience, new age group of collectors, and a lot of the older school guys have switched over to sorcery because it's just, it's awesome to have that hand-painted look and know that, plus the very high-end collectability of those cards from sorcery, because the owner just doesn't want to produce volume. He doesn't even want to come close to satisfying the market's demand right now. He's really all about making sure that everything stays at a higher value. So there's pros and cons to that, of course. But yeah, so I think what's going to happen is once my set comes out the first quarter of next year, at some point, that's when, people are going to go, holy moly, this Ed Beard is back again after, what, almost 20 years, 19 years being, well, no, it will be 20 years.
Ooh,
2005 was my last card in the marketplace.
That's fun.
So it'll have been a 20-year hiatus, and then boom, I got my own set, the Dragon Lord mini set. Which, by the way, that's the next thing I'm going to show you is the two revealed paintings from that set, and I'm going to show you the lead card, which is the main character of the title, the Dragon Lord himself.
Bino says, can't wait for the Dragon Lord set.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. All right. I'm gonna give it a second for those shiny ones to dry because those are real shiny. All right, let's showcase some of the art. So this is a print, of course. The canvas is now. Actually, I can show them the canvas. Let's show them the canvas too. This is the print. The prints. They're matted and they're available. But I'll go to the canvas of that one in a second. But here, guys, is the actual Dragon Lord himself. This is what the title card set is all about, the Dragon Lord mini set. He is an omnipotent, he is a benevolent, and he is a creator. He basically is the manifestation of all the elements and things that were of the universe that desired to have a physical form, to be able to exist in a corporeal being. And the first formation of the very first anything was this creature, more or less a reptilian humanoid. And so it is in an alternate universe. When I wrote my story, it was always in an alternate universe. But the Dragon Lord, as a creator of life and basically the physical corporeal beings of whether it be dragons, creatures, whatever, at this time in the beginning of creation was multiverse. They were, the concept of the universe is vast and infinite is because it's interfolding in between different realms and different existences and different dimensions. So he propagates life throughout the universe and the multiverse. And that's how I wrote my story, or I had to come up with the concept of it. So it wasn't just on Earth's plane. So he has, in effect, his existence in his plane in the beginning was not on Earth's. So it was in the land and the world of the Dragon Lord, and this was the birthing vessel, the keep in which all of the physical bodies of the creatures that he created were born. And the thing that what he was doing was he was not only physically creating the physical corporeal beings, but he was also pulling from that interdimensional plane of where the life forces, the energies, and they were aligned with elements, and they would then be channeled into this birthing chamber, into the bodies, and give life to these specific creatures. And all these creatures were, of course, aligned or connected with certain types of elements. And so this main chamber area of this giant, it's an elemental keep. It goes from fire, lava, you start to see growth. It goes into spring and autumn and winter. So you have all the seasons, you have all the elements and the different climates. And then at the top you have this crystal dragon egg, which when he performs musical vibrational notes through these crystal organ pipes, it actually channels and it creates a certain vibrational frequency that opens a rift. And that's what's happening here. So that's where the interdimensional part comes into play. Anywho, that's just a rough kind of analogy, synopsis of what I wrote. We have the rare canvases. I have one of them here. These are the canvases. There were only 250 of them in the edition. I've only done 15, I think. And basically, this is a brand new one. They come with a hand-drawn with gold leaf pen dragon on them. This is one that I have not done yet. You can also buy these without the hand-drawn one, but this is how beautiful. This is closer to the original size. Actually, it's about the original size of the painting itself. And this is very close to what it actually looks like. Can you see that in the picture? Is that a good?
Yeah.
Do I need to angle it differently?
I'm going to look on...
I want to make sure you can see it.
Yeah, that looks good. You could even do it maybe for the close-up camera.
Oh, well, I can try. Go ahead and switch it over.
All right, we'll switch it.
Oh, see, it's not able to focus on it. It's kind of dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on a second, guys.
We're getting a tiny glare, but...
How's that look? But anyways, yeah, so these canvases are available. Kelly, would you put the link up for the canvases as well?
Yep.
Great. And on these particular canvases, they actually have a burned, what is it? Basically burned into the wood, my signature. So that's a specific edition that only those came with. What is that thing when you brand? It's a branded, it's actually a brand. A branded piece of metal that burns it. It's pretty cool. All right, let me, so that's my little shout out to some of the sorcery art, since we were talking about alternative art in the gaming industry. That's the two images, the Dragon Lord and the Dragon Lord's Lair, that we revealed for the Dragon Lord mini set. The rest, you just gotta have to wait and see what happens come first quarter of next year.
You can't say anything. Secret.
I'm guessing that sometime between now and that release, they'll have maybe another reveal, but well, I don't know. Okay,
Cool.
so I think these are dry now. Let's go ahead.
So Dominic says, fun thing. I was at a Comic-Con a year or so ago.
Mm-hmm.
There was a gentleman who had a rather large picture of yours. It was signed to Dan, Pittsburgh's biggest fan.
Oh, I know
Ed
exactly who
Beard
you're
Jr.
talking about.
And he says to say hello the next time he saw
Aw,
you.
Dan Frazier. Yeah, it
Really?
was Dan Frazier, yes. He has a little bit of cerebral, I think he has cerebral palsy. Dan's the African-American kid that had cerebral palsy. He's not a kid, I think he's just a few years younger than me, but yeah. And Dan had, he always had an older gentleman that took care of him and helped him. I'm imagining he was up there in age when I remember him 30 years ago. But yeah, was that by any chance the Captain America artwork? Or was it, I did so many pieces for him. I did a
It says
Captain
it
America.
was 2001
Yeah.
is the date that's on the bottom.
Yes, yeah, 2001, yeah, 23 years ago.
I don't even know.
But that was either Captain America or the Hulk or Thor or, he loved all those characters. He was a big Marvel fan. What was the image? Do you remember which character it was? That's great to know that they still have that art all these years later. Imagine that.
It was one of his proudest displays. He said, I can send you a picture of the one he had on display.
Please do. I'd love to see it. That's awesome.
That's fun.
Yeah, I haven't seen Dan in forever. He doesn't go to Steel City Con. Or at least I've never seen him in all the years, All right, so I put these back in the box that he provided. And he evidently wants these to go in here.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right, there you have it. Let's do another one.
All right. I will do this very quickly.
Nothing else.
Person says, looking forward to this. Says, thank you, looking forward to this.
Who did? Who
The
said?
person that...
Oh, okay, sure. Oh, yeah, Rich. Rich, you write like a doctor, man. I think they can read that. But yeah.
Also, Nora says to say hello to you.
Hello, Nora. Can't wait to see you.
Yeah, that's true. That's coming up.
We've ordered Nora's t-shirt for the Orange Crate. Nora will be at SEMA with her dad at the ACC Performance Boss Hog Torque Converter booth. And they've got a heck of a cool thing going on. They got a race car driver, young lady. Actually, he thinks she's about 25 to 28. And she's got a 68 Nova Super up. We're talking dragster style. All right. Rick's a great guy. I've known him for many, many years. He's a huge Psychotog fan of mine. All these years. All right. New Zealand Swamp.
Nora says, can't wait to see you too.
And Nora, you get to see Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny's going to be there. Go ahead and switch.
It's gonna be her birthday.
Oh, you need to take pictures. Did you take pictures of me signing? Oh, you forgot again.
There's too many
You're going to
things
keep
I
forcing
need.
me to have to do it. All
So
right.
many things I need.
You got the close-up on?
Alright, Joe.
You got the close-up? You
Yes.
gave me one with only one card, though. You got to give me another envelope with more cards.
I know.
All right, let
Well,
me just
this
write.
is all he sent, so we're keeping his separate.
Well, of course.
I am not the multitasker I used to be.
All right, get me another pack where we have multiple cards, and then take a picture because we need that photo for evidence.
For Providence.
Provenance.
Provenance. Back to scene.
Okay. What you do. Okay. Go ahead and read that out.
It says, thanks for arranging the signing and supporting the Ronald McDonald House. And then they said what they've included. Let me know if you need anything else from me, and thanks again.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then all his contact information.
All right. All right. Now you'll be able to take a good picture of a lot of cards, and
Now I'm going back to close up.
it will look like I'm actually signing real cards here.
Yeah, we haven't videoed.
All right, let me flip it over here. These are well-loved cards. These are old. These are used. Look at the corners and everything. These have been loved. All right. All right, I'll start taking it right here. A lot of Vacation infantry on Javelineers as well. This is the Javelineer.
These are old school.
Mm-hmm. 1995.
Oh, geez.
What's going to come up next will be the Vacation infantry. So this is the Javelineer. Here we have the infantry. You know what this was, guys? I'm going to ask you. Let's see if anyone remembers. This was the cover of the #1 of what magazine? Once again, Vacation Infantry was the cover, not #1, I apologize, it was actually #4, but was the cover of what magazine, a very popular magazine in the early days of the gaming industry, card gaming industry. See if anyone recognizes and anyone can remember what this image was on the cover of. I'll give you a hint, because he doesn't have it, and I actually haven't seen the card yet. Rogar of Carekeep was the cover art for the #1 of this particular magazine. The #1. All right, Nicol Bolas. Okay.
Nope. Who had it first? Bino. He says scry.
Correct. Very good. That's impressive. I'm pretty sure it was either #3 or #4 that the Vacation infantry was on. #1 was the Rogar of Carekeep.
There we go.
I'm not exactly sure what we were supposed to do with this. I think it might have been just tape, right? We just had it like this. So. I'll tape it. I'll stick a tape on it.
Just realized that we weren't even on scene. We're in close up.
Yeah.
I can't multitask.
What time are we looking at now? This is going to probably have to be a multi-day episode.
9:30.
Okay. It's 2.5 hours. My hope was to get closer to 2.5 hours to finish off tonight. But I'll tell you what, we'll go to 10 o'clock. We'll see what we can get done until 10.
Yep.
Because you have an extremely early morning tomorrow.
Yes, unfortunately, I have a mega conference tomorrow.
Yeah.
I have to be there at like 8 a.m.
Yep. So we'll conduct another one of these, guys.
Yeah, we'll have.
It'll probably be next week, or this weekend coming up.
This week would be better.
Well, this weekend.
Because next week is concert.
So next weekend, then.
Yeah.
This weekend coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it on the weekend. All right. So putting that in the envelope. It is correctly addressed here. We fold it up, sealed, and it is complete.
Okay.
Alrighty.
This was just going to go back in this envelope because I have the instructions from him. But because he's on, I went and found his.
Oh.
You're welcome, Nate.
Oh, Nate. Okay, Nate.
Been very excited.
Nate, I got you, brother. Here it is.
So I dug through to find.
You found Nate's. Okay.
Especially since he's here.
All right. What we got here, Nate? We got some foilies. Very nice. We got our Katie's Legend. Is that a yeah? Legend. Whoa. The Italian. I'm like looking at this going, wait a minute, the printing. This is, and it is. It's the Spanish Italian. Looks like the Italians. Very nice. Cool, but this is the baby right here. Yeah, the foil time spiral. This is the foil time spiral. This was I think it was 2010, right? No, 6. Okay, 2006. But yeah, this was the reprint. Okay, let's open these up and let's sign them up. I'm gonna do these one at a time because of the multiple insert and hard pack. All right.
Dominic says he would have to say one of his most favorite cards that you've done is the Unhinged Fascist Art Director.
Oh, my self-portrait.
He said it still makes him laugh when he pulls that one out.
And all of that stuff that's on the background is accurate, man. That's what we were told. And the killer part about it is that the art director thought that was hilarious. And I'm like, but dude, that's what you said. It's nothing to be hilarious about. But he thought it was funny. I'm like, cool, that's fine. That was really the biggest thing. Is there I am, I'm poking fun at the ridiculousness of, the abusiveness and all. And he's just like, yeah, this is great. I'm like, yeah, okay. All right, what do we got? Our Katie Sabbath here.
Dominic wondered if something was a promo? Is it the shiny? Was that a promo?
No.
Oh, we have to talk about something.
No, this was just a foil of the Time Spiral version. Not often found. I don't really find this very often.
Very cool. So Nate is actively watching right now. I'll take pictures.
Well, you don't get any more provenance than this, Nate. You're actually watching it happen.
Exactly.
Anybody have a question? Ed never really signed those cards.
Not only did he sign them, but
I
he
got
talked
video.
to me. He said my name. And I remembered to take pictures. Get the whole shebang.
And we have another Italian.
Nikki B.
This is where it would be.
Nikolai? No.
Well, it's Italian. What is Nicholas in Italian? It's Nikolai. Is it Nikolai? No, Nikolai is more Russian. I should know. Maybe it is Nicholas. But anyways, Bolasio. We'll make it Bolasio.
Dominic says, someday this video will be used as evidence in a collector's bid for the $1 million nickel bolus.
Probably.
And
it could be this one right here.
Crimson Cookery says, yeah, I'm bummed that I found my copy of Fascist Art Director after I mailed my bunch off. See, I don't know from the name who you would be, or I would look in there. So if we don't get yours, you'll have to watch us the next time, too. Should I go to,
yeah, big one.
scene? don't know if Diane's still on. Diane's my special headpiece.
Yeah, they were. It was a solid black plastic skull from Walmart thing.
So cheesy looking.
And then basically I just went and did actual runes. These are with gold pen. I did Norse runes. They're like, I mean, there's life, there's energy, there's health, all kinds of stuff on it. Even though it's a skull, we have all these positive energy things on the skull.
Yeah, of course.
Balances it off.
Of course.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So what Dominic's saying is that the star at the lower left on that card indicates it's a promo exclusive. That's what he thought.
No, that was a Wizards of the Coast, that star with the flash. That was a logo they started putting on the foils for a certain time period. And that's what I know. All I know is that I saw them on many cards that would come by. Any of the foils that were done for the Time Spiral had that starburst thing on it. I don't know. Does anyone else know more information about that?
Oh, you're on the close-up. I'm not there.
Yeah, have the close-up. You see that starburst, that foil starburst? That was on all the foils that I'd ever see. I don't know if that... I mean, I would assume these were available randomly in the packs. Not as a specific event promo. Doesn't say it's an event promo anywhere. Usually the... see, the back of the card is a standard.
Wait. Yep.
All right. Get back to the big one.
Okay.
All right, Nate, you're done. You're good to go, brother.
What's next?
What's next is never trying to get the plastic bag back. Once that glue is pulled, it's like a nightmare trying to get it back. All right. We got it. Now, this is...
Yes. He and I have been communicating.
So where's the return envelope? You already have something going on with that?
Yes.
Okay, then. Should I put this in here?
Yes.
All right. There you go.
All right.
Okay.
Am I sending you something else, or what
Yeah,
is
throw me another card pack. Yeah,
Okay.
we gotta do that.
Okay.
We're gonna sign now. We've done two drawings. We're gonna sign till the very end. I think. Oh, I have a couple more things I need to show you guys, and I'll do it right after this signing.
Okay.
Okay. This is Josh. Okay.
All right. Let me go.
All right, you all set? Here
I'm
we
all
go.
set now. I was a little behind.
Ravenous Rats.
Those have been super popular as the prints lately. Everybody wants rats.
Yeah, guys, check out my prints under. Do we have a print section for the Magic the Gathering on our website? You might want to share that link. Okay, now this is a little different. These are not Fallen Empire cards. This is 1998, so these came out 3 years later. They picked 2, I think, or 3 of my cards, and they put them into another edition. You can see that the color is much more brighter, and it's actually more accurate to my painting, although it's a little darker in here. Does anyone know what that symbol is for and where this comes from? Because this is not Fallen Empires. The original art is, but not these cards specifically. I've rarely ever signed these.
Dominic says, rats are busted. I have about 30 copies of your version in my deck. Albino says anthologies?
Yes, that's what I thought. It was the anthologies. That was a reprint. funny, the reprints came out better than the Fallen Empires themselves. Okay, one more. This is the foily card.
Birdie.
Ground seal. Would you forward that to the next? This is the sleepy one.
Oh, I was enjoying that moment of sleepy. I'm just kidding.
All right, switch to the big camera.
Alrighty.
Okay, so we've got all of Josh's. Josh's is done. Put that right there. Okay, we'll stick that back there. Hold that. Goes back here.
Okay.
All right, let me go show you guys something else. It's really cool.
Oh, yes.
The tumbler.
Tumbler.
Tumbler,
Gotta
okay.
say it right.
All right, tumbler, yeah. These are manufactured right down in Indiana, PA, not far from Pittsburgh, a few hours south of where I'm at, and made in America. But here they are. It's got its own little sock there. Take a look at how beautiful this tumbler is. Now, this is stainless steel with an inner lining of copper, so it stays hot for 12 hours, cold for about 20 hours, 24 hours. It's got a screw on top with the rubber. Look at that, stainless end all the way. This is a ceramic coated outing. Outside metal, it's a thin layer of ceramic. That's how it prints. But take a look. I'm going to show you in the close-up. Let's go to the close-up.
All right. Orb Ponderer.
This is a really nice lid slider.
David says those tumblers were great. Mary uses one of ours daily.
And notice the wizard, guys. Raven, wolf, claws, the undead, the one eye. It's an Odin dark wizard. Shades of Odin. So there you go. So, these babies are on our website. They're not resold anywhere. You can only get them from us. These are fantastic, really durable. And like I said, we've had them. I mean, I'll put ice in, and literally overnight, ice will still be there the next morning. It's incredible. I've not used it for hot myself, although others have. So, anyways, yeah, that's what that copper infused inner lining does. It's stainless steel on the inside and outside, but it's in between that has that copper. It's the same thing as the Yeti, same technology, only it's a generic version of it, and with the custom printing on it. Okay, so let me put this back in.
Bino says, yeah, I'm going to need one of those.
Ellie's putting up the link so you guys can
I
go
did.
there. Very
Yep.
good. All right. Last but not least, this will be the last thing I show you guys tonight, and then we'll finish with one more pack of cards. We do a lot of throw blankets. Now, this is a company that's literally, this company just barely survived. They were only about 5 miles from Asheville and Hendersonville, North Carolina. That's where the company that manufactures my blankets are. They were down for about 9 days, just running on basically gas-powered generators, all the area, the infrastructure. This is where, Cherry Ridge is and all that got devastated and destroyed from the storm. So they're holding together. They are, we're talking 100% American-made from start to finish. Loom, it's the last loom company, big company in the United States, and they do my blankets. So I'm so grateful for them, for all they've done for us. I mean, they've been doing blankets for us for forever, decades. But they hire real people, not robots, real people to work, and I'm just thankful to help them out and to do anything I can to keep them going. So we just placed a nice big order. But I don't know if I'm getting in the way or...
I can...
Can you see this?
It got caught on the chair a little bit. There you go.
This is
Yeah.
Old Friends at Play.
Yep.
So we're talking about a 100% American-made throw blanket, machine washable, drip dry, and at the same time you can put it over your couches, your beds, or the wall, and make it look like a tapestry. But this is the classic. Yeah, this is where the dragon, who, obviously he's made of magic, so he can command magic when they play the wizard chess, and the Merlin is over there, come on, man, I gotta beat you, I gotta beat you. This is how they settle their differences, because after thousands of years of battling physically, they're like, you know what, let's just settle it with a game of chess. And they draw their power from the crystals down below. So there you go.
I love these comments when they see certain things, like Vino with the tumbler was like, I'm gonna need one of those. And then Dominic now he's like, yeah, I'm gonna need to get one of those blankets. Heavy breathing intensifies.
All right, let's get back to Kelly. You put up the link for the blanket.
I did.
All right.
All right.
I think we got enough photos of signatures
Okay.
to verify.
So I found it, Ray.
This is
He's
Ray?
on. He's on. Yep.
Oh, cool.
I found
All right. Here we go, Ray. Let's see what you got.
Whoops.
Ooh, I see some crypt liver. All right.
All right. Let me move to close up the.
Okay, we got some special cards here, guys. Well, aside from a crypt sliver, we have not seen this tonight. Brawl, Mercadian Mask. I love the music for this. Perfect.
All right.
A nice 7th edition Birds, Arcady Sabbath, Chromium, Legend, good shape, Palladium Moors. But look, we have not just a foil Ashnod Coupon, but we have the Magic Arena version. Nice. And then, of course, crypt sliver. So let's sign these up.
Yeah, Ray said he used to visit the area in western North Carolina when he was stationed at Bragg.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, Bragg's real close.
Oh, look at that shiny.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful? All right. Switch a big one.
Yogi. Dominic had asked a question. I don't think anybody sells them. If any of the throws would be at the PA Ren Fair. I
No.
don't think we have anybody there that
Nope.
sells them.
We don't wholesale them out to anybody, so it's just through us.
Yeah.
But you can go on our website, and actually, when you buy it on our website, it's the same price as we sell it at the fair.
Yep.
However, if you're a Patreon member, you get an extra 10% off because every Patreon member gets 10% off.
Ooh.
Not just the facts. Speaking of which, I gotta get Destiny.
I'll get that.
We got 2 new members today or yesterday, and we need to send them out the 10% off coupon.
Coupon.
Yes, I'm gonna.
Here's the Patreon link again. Dominic, if you're going to drive from Michigan to a Renaissance fair, go to Ohio.
Oh yeah, go to the Southern Ohio one
Dude.
in Waynesville,
Harrisburg,
Harrisburg.
Warren County, right? I think it's all Warren.
Right off
You
70.
gotta go to that one. That one is so fun.
Right off 71.
So good.
So go there. Go to Pennsylvania.
Basic. He's from Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you just go straight down 23. Cut over to what, 75 to 71, 71 down. No, not 75. He'd go.
He could just,
He
put
could
it
go
in the
straight to
GPS and, do them.
Well, we just did it because we came from we left from the Michigan Ren Fair, and we went with a trailer all the way straight down, and it took us about 4 hours, I think.
Yeah.
It's definitely something you want to rent a hotel and stay overnight for and do a Saturday, Sunday. You got 2 more weekends to show up there, though.
Mm-hmm.
And they do have blankets there.
Uh-huh. We get to see the kiddos.
All right. Let's get these all put together.
Ray's put together. Ray's very excited. He's like, oh my God, yes. Thank you.
And we got Ray's. Let me stick this in. I think I can fit this in there.
Good night, Mary. Mary's going to bed.
Oh, thanks for tuning in, Mary. All right. I feel like it's going to get lost in here, but okay. I mean, it's in it.
Yep.
All right.
Alrighty.
Is that a $9.85 stamp? Is that what that says?
Yeah.
I've never seen one like that. That's more than enough for that priority mail.
Cool.
So what time is it now?
It is 9:52, it looks like.
Let's do one more.
Okay,
Let's do
one
We
more.
can squeeze one more. So it's definitely going to be a multi-night. We figured it was, but we didn't really want to say because we don't know. But yeah, oh yeah, it's going to be multiple. We barely
When
made.
he
We
showed
didn't even
me-
do 10%.
When he showed me this box, he's like, oh, we're going to get this done tonight. I'm like, Plus the drawings, even though they were super fly fast.
I did 2 drawings, but that's good. Well, I want to save it for next time we do. We'll do another 2.
Card signing.
All right.
There we go. Okay.
All right, this is a decent amount. Okay, Dan one. All right. This is for a guy named Dan.
Or Dave.
Or Dave? Oh, yeah. That could be Dave.
Most of these people could be doctors because their handwriting is...
Wow, I'm really confused about this. What the heck is that?
I
I don't know why he sent that. I can't do anything for him with it. I don't do drawings in the blank boxes. Somebody basically looks like did they erase it out or something? Yeah. Oh no, it's like taped over. He's got 2 of them. I cannot, and will not sign any modified cards like that, guys. They have to be legitimate Magic cards that are not modified. So, like, I can't, if somebody had done an alter, I'm not signing the cards. And in this case, it's a blank. And since I'm not drawing on them, because this wasn't part of the charity, there was no agreement to draw on anything, I'm not able to sign these. I'm not going to sign these and then send it back to you for you to turn around and put drawings on them and then claim they're mine. So, no way am I going to do that. I hope you guys understand that. So I don't, no clue why that was being done. Anyways, we've got a lot of cards here, so yeah. You could have, I think someone should have at least said, hey, by the way, can I do this? If I send a couple of blanked out cards of Multani's Acolyte, would you do something on them? Like, well, that's something totally different, guys, and that's definitely not part of the charity. You paid for an autograph on a legitimate, non-modified card.
David asked if they're MTG backed or Worlds backed.
Neither. They're regular cards. Regular cards, and they are of the original Multani Acolyte. You can see the name. It's Multani's Acolyte. So basically, they took my Multani's Acolyte, and it feels like it's not exactly sure what this is. It's like it's not it feels like it's acrylic. Like somebody acryliced it. I don't think it's a tape. Yeah, it's not. Somebody put something on it. Could, yeah. It could be a tape, but it feels like somebody just taped it off and sprayed it. Cool idea, but not part of our charity. So, I will make appropriate note on that. However, they've got lots of cards here. So, if you paid a donation per card, and you sent those 2 cards in along with these others, that's on you, not me. or the charity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it was 22 cards. Let's see, real quick. I don't recognize the name right off the top of my head, so I'm going to check and see if there's any. No one has even contacted me by this name. It says for Ed card signing 4. It seems like somebody else sent this in on behalf of it. So it says, hey Ed, apologize for sending these late. If you recall, I included some new preps for the test. Oh, these are mine to play with. Okay. Let me know what you think, if it'll work. Okay. He understands this is not part of the charity. Yeah. I didn't notice this opened up till just now. Anyway, so yeah, these are test runs.
Mystery solved.
Mystery solved. So he wants me to draw on that and see if it works. See if I can use pencils to work on it. Sure, I'll try it. And who knows? If it works, we'll make it happen.
We were all down Mystery Road, and now we found out.
We have found out. Oh, but even better. Remember, guys, I told you, switch to the close-up.
Yep.
So remember, guys, when I told you that if Anthony gets the cards first he says hi there, Ed. Look, hi there, Ed. Everyone. So tag I'm it is what this comes down to. That's fun, very fun. All right. See that? I didn't know that. It was so stuck. I didn't even feel it until it opened.
Well,
now I know.
Mystery solved.
Mystery solved. All right.
We never know. We never know what happens. I have somebody that sent 2 envelopes and one had the return and the other one had the card.
I know the conversation now, I remember, but I don't have Dave. He must have emailed me. That's why it's not in my messenger. Thing is, I thought he was going to send that separately, not with the charity. That was almost like 3, 4, 5 months ago we talked about that. Kind of threw me.
So Dominic has asked, what is the craziest thing someone has sent you to have signed? No. Oh. Is this something weird? I don't know.
Yeah. Some weird stuff.
He's chuckling. He's not giving up.
I mean, guys, I painted on every possible item you can imagine. And even those that you can't imagine. I believe, what I do remember at one point, oh God, early in the 80s, I was doing mural work and stuff, and there was this biker bar, and the guy that owned the biker bar, he wanted me to paint on toilet seats. So he went out and bought 2 brand new toilet seats, and he had me do a his and her type thing, and I think you can imagine what I'm talking about without saying it, because I'm not going to say it. Then there was everything from tubs with floral arrangements and gothic stuff, antique saw, gas can, oil can, baseball hats. I did a psychotog for a kid, a little kid, like an 8-year-old boy. He had a baseball cap, I think it was like a gray color, and I literally made his whole head into the psychotog. And I made the teeth be the brim, so the whole hat was actually a psychotog head. That kid freaked out. I did that at one of the shows. That was the most fun I had doing that. I've done a wallet. Someone gave me a leather wallet, a light tan-colored leather wallet, and asked if I would draw on it. So I did, and I did a majorly elaborate fairy on it. That was for the Green Santa's wife. Hi, Aunt.
I feel like at the fairs is when we really see a lot of strange things.
Well, the ones I've had asked for me that I won't sign is when someone has butchered my card by painting over it and all kinds, whatever crazy ink and paint and all kinds of stuff that they've done on it. I'm like, dude, that's your art, not mine. You sign it.
Dominic says one of the coolest things about artist signatures is that the signature itself is a work of art.
Definitely to each his own scenario. If you're looking at mine sometimes, you gotta say, well, what is that scribble? All right, so we got a whole bunch of cards here, all signed up. Nice, very nice. I'm glad to see that I actually got one in the same night from Anthony Waters with hi there. You guys, I had said it earlier in the night, you know, this is what happens. Well, there you go, you saw it. And that's how it's a complete. That's a complete version right there.
We're going to see.
Yep. All right, we'll pack these all up. Mutani's Acolyte. I've never seen
know,
so
it's
many
like the
Mutani's
winner
Acolyte.
chicken dinner.
I got 125 cards. They could have sent all the good ones. Nope, they sent Mutani's Acolyte, which has never, we never saw it.
Yeah.
It never got played. Now all of a sudden I'm seeing it. Can anyone answer the question with that? Why all of a sudden are we seeing so many Multani Acolytes? Is this been rebirthed and we're not aware of it? Is it like all of a sudden newly popular again? Some particular type of play or something? Love to know. Very interesting. Let's divide it up into 3 here.
I think that's hilarious that you just got done saying that you and Anthony
Mm-hmm.
say hi to each other, and then all of a sudden now you find one that he
That's
said hi to.
fantastic.
Like,
That's perfect for this episode. Well, because it definitely validates I wasn't throwing it, you know, I was telling the truth. It's good to be able to be confirmed in the same episode. Alrighty. That takes care of that. Go ahead and put these together.
Dominic says, hey now, he says everything he has with your signature is proudly displayed with the signature in plain sight. He believes the signature gives it more weight to the art. So it's part of the art.
I appreciate that. We all do. Here we are. I'm going to keep this with these two.
Wait, you just asked a question. What did you ask?
Yes, I did. Is there some kind of resurgence in Multani's Acolyte as a playable card? Because it never was.
So I'm not sure if that's what Bino is answering, but they say, yes, it's a staple in the pre-modern format.
Pre-modern.
Pre-modern format. So I'm not sure because a lot of people are chatting together, so
Thing about,
I'm not sure if that's
I don't know how then I
response
never,
to us.
I mean, except for this time, right now, I have never been given that card to sign, like hardly ever. Like, I think the last time was maybe once in 10 years. And I'm like, it was almost like willfully ignored. And when it came out, nothing. Even on the pre-release, nobody cared.
But we did well in the art prints of it. I thought fairly well. People liked it.
No, I don't think we did. I don't remember. We still got stuff. We barely sell
It's
them.
my original.
I know you
can
love
say
the
whatever
original.
I want.
It's just it's something. There was. Am I correct, guys, that the mechanics of the card weren't good for when it came out? Maybe pre-modern. I don't know when pre-modern came out. It would have obviously had to be after the old school stuff came out because it wouldn't be called pre-modern. So it would have to have been whenever the modern cards came out. This was one of the ones pre-modern, which I think pre-modern is before Ravnica, guys,
Well,
right? Like 2004-5? Anything prior to 2000, or maybe 2002? Back?
He says pre-modern blew up in the last few years.
There you go. Okay, that explains it. Yeah, thank you.
So my original.
So your now your painting has probably got desirability, but you're never going to sell it
Too bad.
anyways. You've had it for 25 years.
Too bad.
Okay, there you go.
Perfect.
All right, are we at 10 o'clock?
We are at 10:05.
Sounds good to me.
What is that with you in time? So
I have no idea what day of the week is, or what day of the month it is, or even what month it is most of the time. In fact, as my wife will tell you, I can't get May and April and March in the correct order. And she's been married to me for 34 years and dealing with this crap. So I have no concept of dates, but boy, if you give me a pencil or anything and I have to sign or I have to draw, I have like an internal clock that goes on. And by people that are following me on Patreon, they'll vouch for me on this. I'll be there with whether my son, my daughter, Kelly, and we're doing 4-hour-long segments and painting. And I will say, I think we've been at about 3 hours and 47 seconds. And there was one time at 3 hours, literally at the minute. Mm-hmm. I don't know how the hell I do it. It's like weird. It's like the weird. I wish I could apply that kind of accuracy to other things in my life. My God.
Like gambling.
Well, geez, anything. Investing even.
No, forget it.
Oh my God. All right, so we've got these test run cards. I'll definitely play with that at a later time. All right, so we got the play mats. We got the art book. That art book, by the way, guys, is I'm down to the last 200 of them.
Are we really?
Yeah, I am. We're finally at that. So I'll be getting ready to do a Kickstarter and do another art book to show you the last 25 years. I'm sorry, 20 years, because it's been since 2005. That's going to be 20 years next year. So I have 20 years of artwork that needs to get put in a book. It's going to be a hell of a lot bigger than that. It's going to be like probably 280-something pages. So it's going to be a hell of a big project. A lot of great stuff. The stories that I wrote. Also, some of the written work from many different authors who have taken, that I worked with. I give my basic concept, and they developed a story or a poem from it, and that's going to be in it. It's going to have step-by-step, showing the process of the sketch, the preliminary line, to the shaded, to the fully painted. It's going to be a whole bunch of cool stuff. Not to mention a lot about the last, I've been doing this self-employed since 1982, and I was first published, believe it or not, in 76. I was just a kid. But let's call it 82. That's 42 years ago. I have 42 years of art and marketing, and so for those interested in young artists that are in the world now dealing with what they're dealing with, digital and AI, I talk about how it is that I'm still staying relevant doing this old school stuff. And it's not just because there's a company out there called Sorcery TCG that decided to hire me to do a mini set. I've been doing well right along through this whole entire thing because people want to see people do real things. They want to see you walk the tightrope without a net. People, human beings, love to see people achieving things that are difficult to do. They admire the craftsmanship, the skill set. It's not about just the end result, how pretty things are, or your creativity. It's about your skill set, your true hands-on craftsmanship. How do you wield that which is not controllable? Things that don't have the endless editing ability that technology offers you in a digital environment. So I've always been doing good. And also, people want to own the one-of-a-kind. They want to see you do one-of-a-kind. They want to see you painting with permanent mediums. And so when you make a mistake, you're screwed. How are you going to fix it? How are you going to make it look something beautiful? Where's the happy accident? So I talk about that in my book. It's a hell of a lot more than just like, let's look at pretty pictures that I did. It's a mentorship. It's my years and years of teaching, talking about the all aspects of every aspect of business, the marketing, the interaction. How do you involve the people that like your stuff, and how do you work with them? How do you take their ideas, their visions, and make them your own and your own interpretation, and keep it unique and original and not look like somebody else's? It's all that stuff. So there's a lot going on. I gotta do it as a Kickstarter though, because it's going to be a really huge project. And while I have the money to invest it, I don't want to put all that investment money into this book project. That makes no sense because I need to continue to produce new product for my stores, my shops. I can't allocate all of this, any money I have in investment money into one project, which is why all of us do Kickstarters. That's why we do crowdfunding. So that will be something I will be doing for next year, is that 20th anniversary, got to do a book. I know
you have a couple of backers already for a Kickstarter, even though David says basically he's going to go broke.
Oh, yes.
Dominic's super excited about this. He's like, oh yeah. He said, totally worth it. I would love another book. And he says, you are You are relevant because your skill is literally legendary. Your name is quite literally carved into the fantasy world as one of the OG fantasy artists.
Well, thank you very much for that. I feel like I'm older than I am old now.
We just call him vintage.
I know, vintage. Oh my God. This is, by the way, what you're hearing right now, this is from our son. This is Omni Voice, and this is his own funky jam. We play this when we announce, when we're doing a gift away, and we're doing the wheel of gift away, we play this music. Anyways, yeah, I lost track of what I was saying.
Vintage.
Yeah, vintage. So, I am at many of my Renaissance fairs, at the opening of a weekend of the Renaissance Fair show, and at the final weekend. In Ohio, I can't do the last weekend because I have to be at the SEMA show every year with a new vehicle I've customized, an airbrush. So, this year, I'm usually there the second, 2 weeks before the last weekend, or 3 weeks. Let me slow that down. So, I am sitting often in my little stool, kind of in the corner, and I'm way in the back, behind the counter. So people come in, they get to look at a whole bunch of stuff. The throw blankets are hanging from the ceiling, there's banners, there's artwork on the galleries and canvases, and then they go look at t-shirts and tumblers and all this stuff. They got a lot to look at. And I am literally always listening to this. I'm hearing it. I certainly have started hearing it in the last 5, 6, 7 years ago. From that point to now, and especially in the last 2 to 3 years, they come in and they look around and they go, this is what they say. Man, whoever the artist is that does this really captured that old school 80s, 90s, early 2000s vintage art look. Man, who is the... And then they'll ask, usually it'll be my son or my daughter, they'll be at the counter, and they'll say, who is the artist? Because I gotta say, they look like, their art looks exactly like the style that I remember my dad grew up with. He had art in, and they'll say things like this. And then my daughter will say, well, that's because this art is from that time period. And they'll go, no, I'm saying, I know it looks like that time period and everything. It's like, but it looks like the stuff that you would have seen on the early original Magic art or D&D and then stuff at Spencer Gifts and Hot Topic. And I'm like, I'm just sitting there quietly saying nothing. I'm just sitting in the corner letting my daughter and my son handle it because they love this shit. So they're going, no, yeah, it's my dad, and he was the original artist for those things. No way, really? Wow, it must be something to have your father. And one guy said, he was in his 40s, and one guy said, he goes, so has your dad passed away? Is your dad still with us? And then she just went, yeah, he's right here. And I just went like this. And they go, oh my God, I didn't see you there. Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. Oh, I would. And they look at me, they go, dude, I would have never thought you were old. That's the next step. I never thought you were old enough to be able to do all this stuff. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to take that as a compliment. But yeah, man, it's been like 42 years in the publishing world. So since 1982, you've been seeing my stuff. And it's fun. But I constantly get the same comment. It's like, this is so classic 80s, old school classical fantasy. And they love it. And then, of course, they'll come over and they'll look at the wizard, the wizard's emissary, which is the sick wizard that became a meme on TikTok and 2 million views overnight, from this kid in Michigan that bought a throw blanket of mine with the wizard emissary on it. He hung it up in his dorm, and he made this meme about it. It basically said, the reason why I can't get any girlfriends is because my sick wizard tapestry keeps scaring away all the women. And it just went crazy. And then the other one, which is when they started using that and a couple of other pieces of mine from, actually it was late 90s, early 2000s, but that is still 20, 25 years ago. And they were like using it for the Shadow Money Wizard Gang memes, and that went crazy. So we have a post-it note we stick on these blankets that say, as seen on TikTok, and all the at least 35, 40-year-old and under will go, oh man, I know that, yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, that's the one.
Oh, that's from that vintage stuff, yeah. Isn't it? And then another example, I heard this guy go, he goes, yeah, it must be something, too bad that artist is still not around. Imagine if the artist was still living and he actually realized that, decades later his work would become popular again. And that's what it's usually my daughter who hears this, but occasionally my son. And I don't say nothing, I'll just sit there quietly. And then she'll say, well, believe it or not, he's still alive. Really? And yeah, it's right here. And they'll go, oh, and then they're so embarrassed at that point. But it's amazing that they, because they are looking at artwork. Some of the art prints that we have at the galleries, at our Renaissance Fair shows and galleries, they start around 92. So they're back there, 93, 92, 93. I have several. Most of them of the old stuff is from like 94 to 2002. That's the true classic vintage. That's the era before Photoshop CS1, right? Before the big digital age. So things were hand painted and they had that look. But I go back further than that because I started my career in wall murals. I used to do carnival rides, Chuck E. Cheese. You guys used to go to Chuck E. Cheese when you were little? Guess who had to airbrush those rides? So and the stuff you saw at Spencer Gifts, the poster racks and whatever. Children books, Scholastic, Never Trust a One-Eyed Wizard, all that stuff. So many kids grew up seeing my work. Or the clocks, the gargoyle clocks, if you went at the Halloween time at Spencer Gifts back in the early 90s. So, products. Calendars. The Dragon Calendar from Barnes & Nobles and Borders that went around for 15 years, During that time period, I was on jigsaw puzzles. All the glow-in-the-dark puzzles from Seiko that ran from, like, early 2000s right through to the end of, say, till 2006, 17, 18. That was my stuff. It's still running now, actually. I still get a puzzle every now and then. The jigsaw puzzles, I did hundreds of those. The Mountain T-shirt company, from back from 1997 until they just closed and bankrupted a couple of years ago. My stuff could be seen at every truck stop and wherever Mountain T-shirts, the tie-dye stuff or the fancy art. So when you are like that kind of a thing, and also I had cell phone covers and backpacks and you could get Skin It. Skin It. You put the skins on the laptops. I was their first fantasy artist working on it. So many kids and young people during the early 2000s or late 90s were using my art and they didn't know it because they didn't know who I was. Because, those companies, they put your little copyright, you can barely see it. And then they come into my booth and they see art that reminds them of that. They don't know where they've seen it, but they know they saw it when they were kids. And so they cannot equate that. Well, that can't be someone that's still alive now because that was 30 years ago. And let's assume they were at least in their 30s and 40s. Well, they'd be, 70 or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not quite 70, but, hey, I'm still going. So it's just been a joy to be able to see decades. And with magic, I mean, we actually had this happen at one of my booths. I think it was Tennessee. So at the Tennessee Renaissance Festival, this young man with what I thought was his father, come to find out was his grandfather. He's probably about 13. And he comes in and he's looking at the magic prints and he's going, hey, and he says, Grandpa. He says, Grandpa, check this out. This is the image you have in the house. This is what you said you played with when you were a kid. And I was listening to this and I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, he's got to be at least 50, 55 maybe, I don't know. Anyways, well, sure enough, if you were a high school kid in 1993, let's say you graduated in 94, 95, then it's very easy for you to have not only had a child that has a child who's 13 years old. I'm literally looking at 3 generations who have collected my work. Or because Grandpa in 93, who was a teenage high school kid, remembers coming to meet me or see me at the Gen Cons or the Origins at the time. They then had a child when they got through college, whatever. That son, 20 years later, is now got a 10 to 13-year-old, and that is literally how it happened. And it's just amazing to me that I'm seeing 3 generations of Magic the Gathering players and card collectors. And of course, I meet them and they'll say to me, I was a high school kid, man, when I saw you for the first time, and I'm thinking, yeah.
Well, Dominic remembers seeing you. He said he was about 6 or 7, saw you at the Michigan Renaissance Fair, and he didn't want to leave the booth. And he says grandparents had to drag him out of the booth, so.
Sweetie,
there you go.
Thank you very much, man. That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. Well, it is because of you folks, and this is what I talk about in my book. It's that anything and any success I've had in doing my creativity that I started doing, and I pledged this would be it, pretty much what I would do for the rest of my life when I was 11, because I didn't do very much else well. So I was like, this has to be it. I couldn't do it if it wasn't for folks like you, for young people that saw my work, came in and said, this is so cool. And one of the things that I did from day one was always remember and realize that every moment I have an opportunity to talk to a collector or a person that's never even saw my work before that comes in my booth, and to share my adventures in my mind and the idea behind the image, the stories that I always come up with stories before I create something, but sharing those stories, taking the time to spend with especially the young kids, and getting them into what I do and how I did it, and the story about the subject, and finding out what they like, listening to them, validating that they're important, right? And then inevitably in a few years' time, they get to be in high school, maybe they get to college, later on, I have a big, huge responsibility, and an opportunity, a blessing, to make a difference in every young person's life that comes into our shops. And I've always said I cannot blow it. I don't care what kind of bad day I'm having. That stuff has to go get checked at the door. I am there, we are, and I tell this to all my students, and I tell this to all the creative kids and young people, and I know anyone and everyone that wants to get into creativity, music, art, whatever. It's like the public and the persons you connect with are incredibly special moments for them. And you have to make it your number one priority to make that experience the best possible you can. And it's not that difficult, because all you got to do is share your love for the creativity. Talk to them, get an idea of what they like, build a rapport, nurture that collector audience, and they will be incredibly faithful and loyal to you just because you gave them the time of day, made them feel like they mattered for that moment. So this is way more than art. Everything, my ability, my idiot savantism to be able to sit here and doodle something out of my head, that took a lot of years of practicing to learn the hand in this position, that position, to have this memory. But the truth is, guys, a photographic memory is the key to the success that anything I've had. My ability to retain visual imaging and be able to composite it and bring it in, it started with breaking things down from anatomy and individual pieces, learning light and shade and all that stuff. But I was all self-trained, self-taught, so I learned it a unique way. But the bottom line is I definitely had a gift of visual memorization. But that's it. So I look at this and I go, I've got this savant ability that I've had all my life, and I can make the most of it, but what more can I do with it? And then that's when I realized this is nothing more than it's a vehicle to something far more. It's a conduit to being able to connect with other people and to give them an escape. When they come into the Renaissance fairs or the conventions and they come up, they're sharing an experience. When they played a game card, like Magic the Gathering or Dragonstorm or Vampire, whatever it is, they were playing and escaping into an imaginary world. But they were also doing strategy. But they were having these visual images that would stimulate their imagination. And they were happy times for them. So now they come into my buildings and my shops and my galleries, and they recognize art that they remember. Then all of a sudden they realize that I'm there. They get to meet the person who did the artwork that they escaped into, that took them on a journey. The most important thing at that point is to make that personal experience validating what they went through, but also giving them something nice to remember, to go, hey man, the guy that did this art is not just a butthole, he's a really nice guy. And he actually appreciated that I enjoyed watching and looking at his art. And aside from it being a blessing to me, I had the opportunity to exchange back and forth with that person, And then now all of a sudden for the rest of their lives, they're like, not only did I have a great time when I was a kid remembering that person's art, but it's like a full circle. I got to meet the creator of something that I loved. It's so important to make sure you're at your top of your game and just being the best you can be. And I tell this to all my students, I tell this to all my people I mentor. This is what I talk about in my book. It's like, that's what we're all about. The creative people are supposed to be the neutral ground, right? We're supposed to be certainly the safe place to come to. It's the place that, we can give people some level of an escape, right? I like to believe, that's why I got into fantasy, because I hated drawing fruit bowls and still lifes and bicycles and stuff. Boring. I didn't want to do what I could photograph. I wanted to draw stuff that cannot be photographed. I always wanted to go into this imaging that is dynamic, cool, triumphant, and challenging, and which could tell tremendous stories. I loved mythology. And so though I don't play games, people say to me, oh, you must love games. No, I don't. I don't play games at all. I've never played games. Right? Do I play games?
No.
No. Do you play Skyrim?
Yes.
Do you play games in general?
Yes.
Okay, I don't. I draw them. My world is to escape into visual. And I love making the worlds of these games come visually to life. And I love to share that experience, and you have to, if you want to be successful in art, or anything, music or otherwise, you need to share your experience, you need to make the audience be a part of it. And one of the great things about Patreon is I get to do that. When I'm painting, literally they're seeing the whole entire process, and I'm chatting back and forth with them, and I'm actually talking about, here's what I'm thinking. I don't know, it may work. We're doing stuff on the fly. I'm not prepping, I don't pre-do anything. I don't project my imaging, I don't trace anything, I don't use digital comps or AI to come up with a creative design. No, it's completely in my mind. I think about it ahead of time. I get a basic idea. I go pencil to paper, and we start, and we see where it goes. It's like riding a wave. You're not in total control, but you're trying to make the best of it. And I share this experience. So now I'm not just creating just a beautiful painting at the end, a wonderful end result, but I'm also giving everybody that's involved in that's watching me, a journey, an experience that they're not going to forget. That's so cool. So now I've realized, thanks to technology, when it comes to platforms like YouTube and Twitch, and that I don't use, but I know my son does, I use the Patreon. These are great platforms to be able to connect with people that I couldn't otherwise have done in the past. I used to do live demonstrations, but you don't always have that opportunity. So, anywho, now because I'm saying this right now, and I'm trying to say this to everybody before we wrap things up, because I know I'm on a public broadcast here, and there'll be a lot of people that will watch this. And I'm hopeful that many of the young people who are currently consulting with me all the time, who are facing graduating high school and going, oh, I'm sorry, not just high school, college, and they're like, I took an illustration degree, and I'm doing graphic design, and oh my God, everything's being transferred to AI. I'm like, every job opportunity that was available 4 years ago is gone now, And I'm telling them, you need to go back to your roots. You no longer you can't depend on another company. You have to be your own. And you are the product, not just your artwork. You are equally as important. And you're sharing your creative journey. You're being real. You're being fallible. That's most important. Show that you do make mistakes. We are not a perfect machine. We are human. And others want to see. They want to see that person fall and get up. They don't want to just see that person that runs that track record and does it with ease. They want to see the one that trips, falls, crushes their leg, and drags themselves across the finish line, because that's triumph over adversity. That's what humans love. So I tell them this, and I go, that's the reason I've been successful in my career. And it's been tough, and it's been hard. But how I've overcome it, and how I've handled all of the generations of technologies changing, while everybody that was all pro-tech, this, that, and everything, used to say, he'll be a dinosaur, he'll be obsolete in no time. Can you imagine it? Not only am I still here, I am doing better than I ever have, and I got people that walk into my booth thinking I'm vintage. So what's old is new, and that's pretty much the end of my seminar there.
There you go.
All right.
They're saying wonderful comments. You're going to have to read them after. I'll just be too teary-eyed to read them. But they're being... Thank you very much, Dominic and David. Just go back and forth about how wonderful we are.
Well, thank you.
Cool, guys. All right, so I don't know when. We'll probably do it sometime this weekend, I'm going to say. Most likely, because you got a lot of work to do until then. I've got a lot of stuff tomorrow and probably the next day. And
like a Friday?
Maybe,
Friday and Saturday
tough.
are good. Sunday
Okay,
I'll
then
be
Saturday.
gone all day.
I think we'll probably do it Saturday.
Okay.
We'll probably go on earlier on Saturday.
That'd be great.
Maybe 5 o'clock. We'll have a little late lunch there, and then we'll do a 5 o'clock. And we'll get a little more done. Holy moly. That's a big box. All right, guys. You have a wonderful evening. Thanks for tuning in. We will do it again. It will be public again. So be watching for the terrible outreach algorithm of Facebook for the announcement. I will do my best to let everybody know. And have a great night.
Good night. Thank you.